Let's get into Hooked on You, a Dead by Daylight dating sim. Create a new file. Before I get started, what should I call you? Yeah, I just refer. Or do I want to? No, because Dwight's in the game. So I guess I will just be Joe. I won't be a survivor. I don't know what survivor characters in this game. I just saw Dwight and Claudette on the menu screen, so. This is on my hard drive, so this actually might take one of my hard drives, so it might actually take longer than normal to load. I could have put it on my SSD. You wake up on the beach, soaking wet. Salt water stinging the inside of your throat as you nearly drowned. Water falls from your mouth as you open to gasp for air. You have no memory of how you got here. In fact, you can only remember your own name, but not where you came from or a single fact about your life. What you do know is that despite the outrageous beauty of the landscape around you, you feel incredibly sick to your stomach. Wow, really went down the wrong pipe, huh? You need a minute, or can I go on? Because I can give you a minute. We got plenty of time. Endless time, really. An eternity, if you catch my drift. Whoa, not now, Ocean. Sorry, Joe. May I continue? Please, go on. Okay, then. As I was. As I was saying, you look down at your feet, ankle deep in the crystal blue water of a newly arrived wave. As the water recedes back into the ocean, it reveals a grotesque discovery. Oh. Decomposing face stares up at you from beneath the sand. All you can do is vomit, a stream of dark bile, bugs, worms, and other ick. Questions race through your mind. Where are you? How'd you get here? Who is behind this incredibly charming and well-spoken voice in your head? However, answers don't come easy. Your mind is completely blank. What will you do? Dig up that face. It might come to mobile, but probably not. I think it's going to be a Steam exclusive, honestly. You brush the sand away from the half-buried human head embedded in the ground before you. Is that a coin? No body, just his head. Pick it up, flakes of skin fall to the ground. The jaw falls open, revealing a gold coin sitting on the rotting tongue of the poor dead soul. Getting your hands dirty, I see. I like that. You're a take charge type. You examine the gold coin briefly, happily distracted from what was otherwise has been an extremely confusing morning. The sun beats down on you, drying your clothes. You check your pockets, but they're empty. Plenty of room for a gold coin, and you suppose, so you deposit it. Well, that's a nice coin you got there. What if you were to spend it right now? No thanks. Look, I'm gonna level you here. That coin you found, it's mine. I dropped it yesterday. I've been looking all over for it. Dropped it into a dead person's mouth. Would you just give it back? No. Shh, be that way then. Your mind doesn't have a chance to linger any longer on your current situation as you feel something soft bump your foot. A volleyball? Oh, it's Wilson. You look down, you find a volleyball sitting there in the sand next to you. I think it's gonna be Wraith. You stare down, frozen. A voice calls out from behind you. Huntress, little help, please. You turn around, and when you see what's waiting for you, you jaw just about hits the ground. Jesus. Yeah, there he is, the Wraith. Spirit. This is so weird. This doesn't feel like an official game, but it is. Alright, Evan. Four gorgeous monsters stand halfway between you and a well-tended volleyball court. Each of them oozes with undead energy, a magical aura reaching out and penetrating you via your eyes. Your heart begins to race, curiosity, fear, desire. You can't help but stare at these casually dressed. Let's call them killers. I don't know, not to be judgmental, but it's just the energy they put out there. So many competing feelings rush through your mind at once that you're completely paralyzed. Hello? There are weird days, and then there's this. All you can do is look down at the ball and back up at the monstrous lineup of, well, literal monsters. Sexy-ass monsters, though. What do you do? Toss it back. You bend down, grab the ball. It's warm from sitting in the sand on this beautiful day. When you give the ball a toss, it arcs beautifully through the air and lands right in the Huntress's hands. Not bad, stranger. Huntress's muscles ripple as she grips it in her hand. You look her up and down and consider what it might be like to be held tightly in those strong arms. Warm, perhaps, maybe a little sweaty, but that's okay. It's natural. Try hard much? Eh. They're speaking directly to you, but you still can't bring yourself to reply. You're entranced. You snap out of it, you realize that everyone's gone back to the volleyball court. Alone again, you look across the beach at these strange residents who casually bat a volleyball back and forth, happily ignoring your intrusion onto their private beach. Should you be frightened? Worried? Excited? I did refer to them as killers, not to give too much away. At the same time, damn, they are looking very appealing in their own way, and nobody so much as lifted a blood-soaked finger in your direction. Don't be scared, Joe. You were made for this. Well, geez, if the spooky ocean voice says not to be scared, I'm sure it's all gonna work out. With no good reason not to, you decide to head over and see what happens next. Oh my god, I spent $10 on this. Seems like you derailed the volleyball game just by showing up. You derailed the game just by showing up, nitwit. I guess you're also a nitwit. Look, it's best to just go with what Trapper says when he says it. That's a policy I hold pretty much anyone who seems to have fresh blood on their hands. Hey, don't worry about it. It's all just a game. Existence, that is. Besides, you seem a lot more interesting than a silly game. What's your deal? What brings you here? You mean they're here to do more than distract from my total domination? You mean they're here to do more than distract from my total domination? That was Wraith. That sigh means he was done with the game too. Either that or he saw a butterfly or something. Look, I don't care why the slack-jawed moron is here. I just want to know, can I kill them or not? You know you can't. At least not yet. Oh yeah, not yet. Hey Joe, you might want to, say something. Actually, never mind. There'll be plenty of time for that soon enough. Right now, this group has some questions for you. But be warned, answer quickly and answer well. It's a timed quiz and it will be very important later. Very important. Or not important in any way whatsoever. Probably that one. I can't remember. How attractive would you say you are? Not at all. No. I never thought of myself as attractive. Whoa, watch it. That's bullshit. You're beautiful. You hear me? If you could have any superpower, what would it be? Flight, invisibility, or probably super strength. Super strength would be cool. Strength isn't all about muscles. True strength is up here. I tried to point to his head and instead he taps one of his balding shoulders. Specifically in these muscles. Nobody gives a shit about your calf. What was your best subject in school? It was actually history. History? Nice. It's important to know what came before so that we are not doomed to repeat humanity's mistakes. I mean, we will anyways, but still. What's your favorite animal? I actually like cats a lot. What? Why is everyone looking at me? You think just because I'm a typical cute goth girl I have some specific love of all things cats and more specifically black cats? Well, I do, but you can all go to hell anyway. What's your favorite color? It's red, actually. It is actually red. Like, they're actually giving me answers that are true. Call it the color of love, but love is just another word for pain. What's your dream job? I mean, ideally, I guess not working at all. We get to do what we really want, why work at all? It takes a lot of courage to break free from society's expectations to climb the ladder. Only she could spin laziness into some kind of grand crusade. These damn millennials. Best flavor of ice cream. Worst flush? No, not Maurice! I like chocolate a lot, actually. I mean, I don't know, man. Neither of those is the ones I would pick as my favorite. My favorite flavor is pain. Same here. Mine's vanilla, swirled with pain. I think mint chip is the greatest flavor I've ever conceived myself, but enough about ice cream, am I right? Hold on a second, this reminds me. I am right, always. It's a lesson you should learn before we go too much further. Do what I say if you want to survive. Pick mint chip. We're teaching lessons now, narrator, you rascal. Kill or be killed is the rule on this island, even for faceless voices. Tell me, what's the best flavor of ice cream? Mint chip? The best flavor is mint chip. So obedient. I think you're gonna do just fine. Anywho, now that I know so much about you, I'm sure the group wants you to start getting to know them. I'm Trapper. I pretty much run things around here. I'm the smartest, richest, strongest person on this whole island. Okay, Evan. I don't like losers. If you want to know what a loser is, say hello to Ray. Hi, I'm Wraith. I'm nothing like everyone else. I like nice people and loathe big dumb idiots. Hey, what's up? I'm Spirit. I don't like most things. I don't really hate most things either. It's not worth my time. But the things I do hate, I really hate, you know? Based on my personal observations, life is nothing but suffering, and society is just a careful, calculated lie to keep everyone subservient to those in power. It's better to choose to just not take part. Jeez, it's like she was downright murdered by society. She hates it so much. Oh no, wait, I'm remembering Spirit's story now, and that's almost exactly what happened. I thought she was murdered by her dad. Or her grandfather. Hey, I'm Huntress. Don't let these bummers get you down. There's lots of fun to be had on this island, along with lots of love. Yeah, there is, if you know what I mean. Grow up. Grow a body. I've explained this 1,000 times. I'm dead, but I'm not a literal ghost. I just create a trail of fog. I'm not made of it. Whatever, fog body. not nice. He's not nice. You love it. Only sometimes. Yeah, really? That's disgusting. That's why she likes it. Don't speak for me. I also hate it. Stop speaking entirely, actually. For the first time ever, I agree with Wraith. Let's move on, otherwise I'll do this all day. Besides, if I know this crew, and I do, they'll want to show off soon enough. We're done playing. Let's do something else instead. Wow, for once I actually agree with the meathead. I say we go to my yacht. It's a massive boat dock nearby. I'll give everyone a taste of true luxury and power. Wraith rolls his eyes. Don't mind him, he just hates fun and happiness. No, I hate the endless, he just hates fun and happiness. No, I hate the endless, desperate, soul-crushing pursuit of wealth, the way it's flaunted needlessly and the cruelty it engenders. What about hanging out by the pool? I find the water calming, simply beautiful. Hey, what about our volleyball game? We can exercise and have some fun as a group. Well, serious, there's a really good lounge to chill out right here. I'm tired, and besides, I hate being in the sun. Where do you want to go? I want to go with Spirit to the lounge. It'd be great to relax for a second at the lounge. To keep your feet, look out over the ocean, and relax on your own terms. Who want anything else? Dry, comfortable, enjoying a cool drink on a hot day? It's the best. I mean, what kind of fool, what kind of monster, what kind of mask-wearing psychopath would finally be granted a break from the constant grind of chasing and fighting to get ahead, and then choose to exert themselves in, quite frankly, any way whatsoever? Why am I the only one who gets it? It's time to stop living by their rules. I won't do it any longer. Yeah, we should probably give her a second to calm down. Hold on! For just one moment. This is Dwight and Claudette, our activity coordinators. They're also the cooks, waiters, bartenders, janitors, and every other job. They're the only help remaining on the island. This place we call Murderer's Island. Cue dramatic musical flourish. None of the others survived. Survived the interview process, I mean. Hence why we shall heretofore refer to them as survivors with a capital S. These two have worked here a long time. It's not very long, I don't actually know how long it's been. Sorry, anyway, I should probably let Dwight and Claudette do their mandated jobs. They sure look happy, but they're vibrating with a nervous energy that is starting to give me the creeps. We'll now escort you to the group to the venue of your choosing. However, in the future, we recommend waiting for us to present you with your options whenever possible, and don't just run off to various activities unsupervised. We don't have much autonomy around here. The least you can do is allow us to do our job. The most you can do is help us get off this Dwight! Yes, pardon me. Please, follow us. Hey, narrator? Yes, something I can help you with? Those two, Claudette and Dwight, did they just start to mention something about wanting to escape? Is escape an option? Should I be trying to escape? Escape? Them? Oh, no. I think you're mistaken. It seemed like Dwight was asking for help to get off this island, though. Oh, right, that. Yes, that's true, he was. But he just meant that he wants to get to the other vacation island getaway, a couple miles south of here, has much fancier accommodations than this island. One of those big corporate outfits, quite exclusive, where all the famous celebrities hang out, very luxurious. Doesn't quite have the charm that this island has, though. Trust me, you won't want to go there. With all that money comes a lot of restrictions. This is where you belong. Now, off you go. It's time for an activity. On this island, your decisions matter mostly, and I agree with them. Not like that other island. So what'll it be? I guess I want to go to the lounge. I want to go hang out with Spirit. Finally, freedom from the preposterous premise that the four of us would be engaged in some sort of thrilling 2-on-2 volleyball match. Spirit looks at you from beneath her gigantic sun hat. She takes a conspiratorial tone. I don't know whose idea volleyball was in the first place, but I hate them. I tried to feign a sprained ankle, but everyone already knows that I technically float above the ground, so nobody believed I was even putting any pressure on my joints in the first place. And I tried to annoy everyone by not giving a crap, and when that didn't work, I tried whining, and when that didn't work, I threatened to kill every single person on this island. But turns out I'm not the first to toss those kind of threats around on the island. So, thanks, I guess, for getting it called off. Are we threatening to end each other again? Now it's Dwight, who takes on a conspiratorial tone, his eyes shifting as he slips into a loud whisper. Please just make it quick. Is this what you'll be saying when we get behind the bar to make you the drink of your dreams? Hilarious, right? Right, Dwight? Yeah, right. So what will we be having? Virgin daiquiri. I like fruity stuff. I didn't come here to party. I'm just trying to make the best of a very strange situation. I don't know. How about a daiquiri? I know how to make that. But skip the liquor. I'll have mine virgin. Trapper snickers at your choice of words. Sure you will, kid. Don't mind him. We don't need to soak ourselves in booze just to please somebody else's expectations. If you ask me, there's enough spirits here already. Besides, alcohol just numbs you to the painful realities of the world. I choose to face them head on. You'd never do something like that. I don't know, hide from it all behind the world's largest hat or anything. Please allow me to ignore any fashion advice from the man wearing a doll's face as a mask. What a doll's face, jerk. Since we fulfilled your request, it's time for you to return the favor. I should have known there was a catch. Icebreaker time! I swear, had I known they'd pull this kind of faux enthusiastic community building crap, I'd have suggested we attempt to walk to the lowest point of the ocean before I ever set foot near this bar. You don't think it could be kind of fun? A little fun? Never mind, I hate it. This sucks, but it could be fine? Or whatever you say. Has anyone seen my hat? I've literally never seen him in a hat. If we must make small talk, I'm at least picking a topic before we end up being forced to do some lame improv game that nerds learn at their non-sports after-school activities that I definitely never did because I'm no nerd. Methinks a certain someone doth protest too much. Sitting here on this beautiful sunny afternoon, warm sand beneath the cool fog beneath my severed feet, the topic I choose is books, novels, comics, fiction, or non. Reading is the only escape from the inescapable horror of life, the escape into your own mind. A groan rolls through the crowd. Not a lot of readers here, I'd imagine, based on that response. They were much more enthusiastic about drinking. Considering the situation we're in, it seems an appropriate time to ask you. Joe, what's your desert island book? The one book you'd bring with you if you were, well, on an island just like this. Oh, and it has to be classic horror, for reasons that should be obvious. She means because there's an island of horror villains. Also, those books are all in the public domain. Nothing too modern. Humanity has really gotten soft these past 100 years. So what's your favorite? I mean, Frankenstein's a good book. Dracula, I've never read. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is alright. I like Frankenstein's story. And these are all public domain. Because if we were just picking, like, a horror book to bring to an island, I'd probably pick, like, Misery or something. Because I like Misery a lot. But I'd still go Frankenstein. Oh, shut the fuck up. I did read the book of Frankenstein, and it's better than the movies. Because the movies don't adapt it properly. I didn't actually read it, but I've seen like 3 movies versions of Frankenstein. They've all been pretty good. You know, you can lie to make yourself look smarter. They're killers, not mind readers. Oh, that's a good one. Seeking knowledge but finding only death? Yeah, pin there. Can't say that my experiments have been as successful, but, well, fingers crossed. Fire? Don't even get me started. Experiments? Not again. I swear every excuse you give him, it's this talk about... Shut up. You just tell me to shut up. Sorry. Take it from me. This one likes to think he's a scientist, but he's actually the monster. Can it be a little bit of both? Like I said, I haven't actually read it, but it sounds smart enough that I'd be willing to believe it's the true meaning of the story. I mean, somewhat, yeah. It's all a lot about, you know, creationism and playing God and consequences of your own actions. There's a lot to Frankenstein. I got these old stories that belong to someone else. I think it's time to make up some new stories of our own. Before you know what's going on, Huntress is waving an empty vodka bottle in the air, a devilish twinkle in her half-mask-covered eye. Might I suggest something a little naughty? Let us all get in a circle and spin this bad boy. Trickster! Great idea! Trickster? Isn't it a bit late to introduce a new character? I thought I was the one who gets to make the rules, so I'm not sure who I'm asking, but I wasn't ready for this. Well, hello. And who's this new fan in the waiting? Beat it, Hack. You are a rip-off of Huntress. No. I don't know. What's the harm in inviting one more person to join the circle for our game? Oh, I can't stay. I was just saying it's a great idea while also teasing the secret trickster ending. I've got much better things to do than hang out here. I'm famous. Toodaloo. The rules are simple. First you spin, then you swap spit. That's it. Let's be clear, this ain't a peep show. We're gonna have a good time, but in a classy way. All makeouts will happen out of view of the public eye, real romantic-like. Yes, romance is the goal, so we'll all be waiting here in complete silence, trying not to listen in and use our imaginations while you make it on the other side of the bar, but not watching. Like adults. Romantic. Well-adjusted adults. Joe, you're up. You grip the bottle in your hand, and you put your fate in the hands of the empty bottle gods. Minigames consist of 2 parts. On the top, a pointer which rotates in a clockwise direction. On the bottom is the target you're going to be pointing at. This here is the upcoming minigames. Upcoming minigame is a special minigame. Perfect for the less coordinated because there's no winning or losing. Well, not technically. However the pointer stops, that's your result. Suppose if it doesn't stop where you want it to, that's a bit like losing, but no one has to know if you don't tell them. Okay, ready to play, or would you like me to repeat that? I'm ready. Away we go. Spin the bottle and see who you're gonna smooch. Oh, okay. I'm stupid. I wasn't really paying attention. I guess I'm kissing Ray. Let's go. It's like you actually have to spin multiple times to get your real result. First to get to 3 times is your true match. That's how we play hardcore spin the bottle on this here island. Now get your spin on. Huntress. Wraith twice. Spirit. Huntress again. Trapper. Huntress 3 times. Huntress is your true match. Casual minigamer. Woo! This is the morning. You were waking up with a strange beast surrounded by strangers with a murderous intent. Now you're looking across the beach towel at Huntress. Lust in her eyes, sweat glistening on her skin. Your heart races. You can feel your pulse pounding in your ears. Huntress takes you by the hand, and you sit face to face at a private section of the bar. She begins to reach for you, putting her hands on your shoulders. You're sweating, but not in the sexy way she is. You're sweating in the gross way you'd sweat at an interview for a job you're not even remotely qualified for. You don't know what to do. If you try and lock lips in this state, you might gross her out so completely that she'll never be able to look at you romantically again. Huntress, I'm sorry, but I can't kiss you right now. What? You're relieved, but also maybe a little hurt? Not you. Well, it is you, but in a good way. I think you're great. Maybe too great. I don't trust easily, and I'm afraid of what it might mean to connect with you so early. It's not that I don't want to, I just don't think it's the right thing right now. I understand. Amazing, but also understand this. If you tell anyone I got soft, I'll break you in half, okay? I'll tell them you almost chewed my whole face clean off. Oh, I like that. I hate to break up such a passionate moment. That we can only assume is passionate because we never spy on you constantly while you stay on this island. But dinner is being served right away, and we must insist that you join us. We don't want anyone dying of starvation. There's so many more interesting things to die from. What's that? Seems like the next activity is mealtime. How quaint. You were expecting what? Capture the flag? Do you know how complicated it is to run a game like that? Much more so than sitting and talking. You arrive at the cookout area to find the assortment of picnic tables scattered around. What are you expecting? Some kind of grand hall with a huge banquet table? This ain't some prestigious fantasy epic like you'd find on cable. Dwight and Claudette usher you to your seat, but there's very limited seating directly around you. Oh, great. Terrific. It seems that everyone wants to sit next to you. Even better is they don't want to sit next to certain people either. Start, no one wants to sit next to Trapper. Meanwhile, he refuses to sit next to Wraith or Trickster. He's back! Oh yeah, Trickster is here. Surprised? Yeah, well, they don't call him Expected Stir. I'm sorry. Even I get nervous around crowds of killers, and my whole shtick gets a little flustered. Hey there. You're good looking, Joe. You're looking good, Joe. Real good. He's got an inflatable bat. And we literally can't let Huntress and Trapper sit together. No, seriously, their arms are too big. They can't fit at the table. They sit side by side. Look at this. We can't even fit everyone on screen at the same time. You probably think it was an error, but it's not. It was completely intentional. Let that be a lesson to you. Every error you think you see is a choice. Got that. Okay, Dwight. Dwight and Claudette are directing traffic. You sit on one side. The rest of them will sit on the opposite side of you. Huntress and Trapper can sit at the ends with their enormous, sexy arms. Now that everyone is seated, we can begin dinner. Tonight's meal was prepared slowly and carefully with both love and hate for 12 hours over a spit. We hope you all enjoy. We really, really hope you do. Hey, you didn't actually tell us what you're serving. What are we eating? It's meat. Seasoned with a specific number of special herbs and spices that we simply can't divulge. My favorite. Meat is good. Meat is murder. But you know, considering what you've been up to, who are you to get judgy now? I'm just sharing facts, and you need to murder something to eat its meat, so that's, like, technically true. Technically true is the best kind of true. Okay, enough yapping. Let's eat. Hey, Joe, you thinking what I'm thinking? It's gonna be a person on that spit, right? Or several parts of overlapping people, perhaps? I haven't seen many pigs wearing palm trees button-down prints, you know? When you look closely at the spit, you spot what definitely appears to be scraps of fabric sandwiched between some layers of meat. I think I might be sick. Is there anything else to eat? Oh, I think I missed something. Something about 12, and we threw literally everything on the side. Actually, there's one thing you're not doing today. You're not carving up this delectable meat. There you are, Keshov. You missed the Trickster. Wow, he's right for a change. Because I am with my broadaxe, and it's a perfect tool for easily chopping anything in twain. First, who says twain? Sometimes I swear it's like we're all from completely different historical eras. Second, I'll handle this with my cleaver. Fast, powerful, clean. At least it's clean when the meat is cooked. No blood. You two and your ridiculous bicep swinging contest. Enough. Grow up. Obviously, my gorgeous katana is the only option. Odds. The hell it is. Oh, I'll show you both my katanas. I'll show you both my katanas and send you to actual hell if you'd like. Please stop. Please, I hate when we fight, or talk, or even when we look at each other in the eye. I can do it. I have the skull of Azeroth. That's not gonna cut anything, Wraith. I'm gonna be real with you. Yeah, great. Instead of slicing it up, you can club it to a second death. Hey, Joe, I know there's no one you want to eat, but hurry up and volunteer to carve up Felix. I mean, dinner? No, it's Felix? No way! Otherwise, this will go on for hours. No hyperbole. They once argued over who had the most effective weapons for 72 straight hours. It doesn't matter which one does it. When they're done, it'll take even longer cleaning their weapon, all while explaining the value and maintaining their tools. Despite being a bunch of cold-blooded killers, for some reason they're always terrified of tetanus. Hey, why don't you just let me carve up dinner? Splendid idea. We'd hate for it to get cold. He hated when it got cold. Here's a machete, freshly sharpened. Minigames consist of 2 parts. On the pointer, yeah. Sometimes the target is immediately visible, and sometimes it's hidden. Ketchup! Thanks for the 2 gift subs. Hey, Nat got one. I appreciate it. I hope you're here for the couple hours I have to play the Dead by Daylight dating sim. It's close enough. Sorry, I won't skip my job for the Dead by Daylight dating sim. But I do genuinely appreciate it. Yeah. Let's play. Don't gotta explain it every time. Look at that. Perfect. It's like skill checks. Not bad. Oh god, that's hard. Let's go. That was pretty good. I'd like to see what you can do with a less clumsy weapon. Yeah, I said it. Machetes are dumb. Dinner's finally served. For real. The sounds, especially coming from the mask killers while they eat, which involves lifting their masks and shoving food behind them, are nasty. Spirit, meanwhile, doesn't even eat. She's the only one who seems to be really embracing being dead. They're all dead, right? This is obviously hell. I mean, come on, we're still trying to be mysterious here. You think mystery comes easy? Claudette and Dwight aren't the only ones who've been working their asses off to make this night perfect. Well, at least they're lifting their masks. There's only 99% as disgusting as it could be if they just tried to mash stuff through there. Spirit, why aren't you hungry? The 2 best things about being dead is not having to eat. That's only one thing. Think about it, Joe. Number 2 is no number 2. One less thing to think about in the afterlife. You know what I wanted to eat? I have no idea what would actually follow. You might have noticed, but I'm mostly just a bunch of dismembered body parts floating in a spectral form. Do you see how deep this cut on my abdomen is? I don't think my digestive tract connects anymore. Between the food and the behavior of the group, this might be the worst meal in history. But even worse is they're staring at you. You're not eating. They don't like that. Then they want an explanation why. What do you want to tell them? Look at that seagull! Yeah, I think I'm sorry will offend them. I think this is gross will obviously offend them. So I think it's like, look at that seagull. Wow, you ever see a seagull that big? I haven't. That's incredible. Anyway, what were we talking about? Lame misdirect. Yeah, she's right, Joe. Pretty lame. Own who you are. Never compromise. Didn't you wash up on this island with no memory of who you are and how you got here? Yes, you did, poor thing. You have no idea the last time you ate a real meal and you've been standing in the sun. But the seagull. Uh-oh, he just made a lot of good points. I swear, you're beginning to feel lightheaded. It waved at me. Maybe you need to eat to survive here. Either that or someone poisoned you. No, wait, you haven't eaten, so you can't be poisoned. Whatever the answer, you're clearly about to pass out. Oh, hey, it's me again. Your friend, mentor, and guide, narrator to the narrator, the ocean. Not sure how I feel about the characterization, but I'll allow it. I brought you here, and it might be the only one who can help you now. There's only one thing you must do to survive. You have to figure out why you're really here. No one can tell you, not unless you follow the right path, or at least a right path. There's too many of those to count. Hopefully you pick at least one of them. Because there are even more wrong paths. Many of them lead to your demise. Others lead to something even worse. Starting scene's over and having to fast forward back to where you were, am I right? This place holds many secrets, even from itself, but the one that truly matters can only be learned if you answer the most important question. Why are you here? Why are you here? Answer that and you'll learn the truth. The ultimate truth. Vague, mysterious. I gotta give it to this ocean character. That's some quality early game storytelling. Hold on, I'm back. One more piece of advice. You made many choices by now. Some of them I liked, some of them I did not. It's in your best interest to make more choices that I like. Okay. You wake up to find Spirit holding your limp body, gingerly pouring cool water into your mouth. Don't you just love the ocean at night? I do. Yes, we're getting Spirit, baby! Alright. This is funny. I do. Staring out over the vast darkness of the ocean really validates the feelings inside me that we're all truly insignificant. The only thing worth pursuing is revenge. I have to wonder, how could anyone believe anything else? You look out into the darkness of the night and ponder her question. Well, it's a simple question. How could they? How could anyone not feel small and alone in the face of such a massive nothingness? Maybe it's Spirit's words, maybe it's the ocean, or maybe it's always been this way, but you suddenly feel connected to Spirit's words. I may not remember much about my life before, but there's one thing I know to be true. I've always been alone. And I always will be alone. Spirit has turned from looking at the ocean as looking directly at you now. Funny idea, isn't it? Being alone? Together? It's the best we can hope for. Maybe. Maybe it's too much to hope for. Maybe it's impossible. Pretend to pretend we know anything. Is that just arrogance? I was so dumb. So busy trying to please everyone, to be the perfect student, the perfect employee, the perfect daughter. I just didn't take care of myself. And now I'm all I've got. Worst of all, I got distracted from my true purpose, my destiny. The purpose that was sitting inside me my whole life. Okay, so, this might sound a bit silly, but Spirit looks around to see if anyone else is on the beach. When she's convinced it's only you two, she continues. There's a dragon that lives inside me. I've always known, but I've tried to ignore it. When I couldn't ignore it, I tried to push it down. I'm so stupid. You're not stupid. That sounds badass. Right? But I didn't let it out, and then I, chop chop. And now that dragon, it's pretty much a one-track revenge beast. But enough about me. What's inside of you, stranger? No dragon, just a lot of fire. Nothing but darkness. I'd kill to have a dragon. Maybe not the best choice of word. I mean, a dragon sounds awesome, honestly, though. I don't feel like I've got anything inside me at all. Just darkness. Never-ending darkness. And here I thought Spirit was the biggest goth on the island until you arrived. Perhaps I could light a torch and search through that darkness. Just as things are really heating up, you hear a flurry of footsteps behind you as you quickly spin around, ready to fend off whatever new danger has popped up on the strange island. Hey! Only to find that it's Dwight and Claudette sprinting across the beach, clipboards in hand, which they're waving in the air above their heads. It's very important that we stick to the itinerary and attend each event as scheduled. Playing sick for cute flirt points was not a part of this evening's activities. That's strictly slotted in for after campfire story time. At this rate, we'll be late. Playing sick? No time for excuses. Well, there is, but that's scheduled for after what comes after the flirting. Go, 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 go! What a guy. Once everyone is gathered at the fire pit, Dwight and Claudette quickly make an announcement. We're not going to blame anyone in particular, but someone, and we're not going to say who, so don't worry, you hasn't been sticking to the schedule. That means that we're behind on time for evening activities. And we'll only have time for one person to share their special spooky nighttime story. Just one story, but story time is my favorite activity. It is a narrative-heavy experience. You're telling us only one person gets to share? How will we decide who? Oh, great. We'll have to decide as a group? That never goes well. Whoever did this, step up now. I swear I won't be angry. I'll merely chop your head clean off. No fuss, no muss. Voice trembling. You realize this is probably it for you, but you embrace your fate. Sorry, everyone. I think they're talking about me. To be honest, I still don't understand how this whole schedule thing works. I guess I lost track of time while I was passed out. Been there before, even though it's taking some pressure off of me, which is an absolute dream come true. It's really fair to pick on the newbie. Seriously, has anything here ever happened on schedule even once? Damn it, Donald! You try to flex that authority gimmick one more time, so help me, I'll snap your head off so quick, then I'll drown you in his blood, Cynthia. Fuss and muss are back on. You two know I love to hack, slash, and slice. We all know you love to kill. It's almost all you talk about. Nobody named any names. Who even knows any names? Not us. I renounce my name. Who's Donald? Who's Dwight? Who even knows anymore? Call me nobody. But still... But still, we gotta get started on story time, so... Joe, who do you think should go? Ah, damn it, that's a name. Let's pick somebody quickly so that this tropical vacation doesn't turn into a bloodbath. My waifu, Spirit. I choose you, Spirit. Whoa, this entire experience of being carefully crafted to avoid an IP infringement lawsuit. Let's be careful with the catchphrases, will ya? Really? You want to hear from me? Spirit huffs and dramatically rolls her eyes. She gets to her feet in front of the campfire. Don't let her talk you out of it. Don't let her talk you out of it. She's great with ghost stories. I don't know where she gets it, but she comes up with the scariest stuff. Seriously disturbing, even to me, and I literally pulled a guy's skull and spine out once with my bare hands. Talk about bullshit stories. If anyone else is going to chit-chat, I guess I can just sit down and... Hunter's eyes go red behind her mask, and both Trapper and Wraith take their seat. They know when it's worth fighting and when it's not. Well, I hate to bring it to you, but tonight's story isn't scary. It's a romance. Too late now, though. I was selected, and so I'm going to tell you my story. I call it The Prisoner's Kiss. You notice that Huntress and Wraith are both sharing a giant tub of popcorn. Nobody offered you popcorn. It was a dark summer night. Warm rain seeped from the sky like blood from an old wound. Detective Hada, a celebrated investigator, renowned... My dog is going on. What's wrong, bro? Renowned hostage negotiator was called to the scene of a strange occurrence. Yeah, no popcorn is rude. Especially since they tried to feed me Felix earlier. Apparently Felix was cooked for dinner. And Dwight and Claudette just cooked his ass. All this seemed a strange occurrence, unlike anything she had ever seen before. When she arrived, the scene was chaotic. Crowds had begun to gather. A dozen other officers were doing everything they could to keep curious onlookers away. But how could anyone resist wanting to know more? For there, in the middle of the busy market, had appeared a giant box. Strange, alien in its appearance, and massive in size. No one knew how it got there. Was it delivered, built on site? In such a busy area, how could something like this just appear? A mystery. It was as if it was conjured by magic. This was no illusion. The huge box was very real, and someone was trapped inside. Spirit pauses in her story to look from face to face of each audience member. She's no expression, but you feel her vibrating with energy. She's in her element. Help me! Cried someone inside the box. It was a man, terrified, trapped, imprisoned, his voice trembling. By now, it was as if every detective in the city was there, looking the strange structure up and down, inspecting it on every side. It didn't make sense. There were no doors, no windows, no fasteners or seams. It was completely solid and much too heavy to move by hand. Solid, that is, except for a single small slit. Just enough to see the bloodshot eyes of the prisoner trapped inside. I don't know what happened. I woke up and here I was. I'm so scared. Please help me, cried the man as if pleading for his life. No stranger to tense situations, Detective Hada comforted the man. She used her training to calm him and buy him time for the other investigators. However, this time did not bring clarity, only anxiety as the night dragged on, no progress opening the box. As the night grew longer, the seeping rain puddled on the ground. The man inside grew more desperate, more sad and lonely, more pathetic and in need of help. But Detective Hada was no help at all. Powerless to save him, guilt began to weigh on her, like it never had before. Don't let me die in here, the man begged. Don't let me die alone. Stay calm, instructed Detective Hada. You're not alone. I'm here. Hell, half of the town is here. We're all in this together. We won't let this be the end of your story. Looking through the narrowness of the passageways, Detective Hada watched her own reflection in the tear-filled eyes of this strange, sad prisoner. Together they both wept in silence at the hopelessness of the moment. Promise? Asked the man. Promise that I'm not alone? Yes, she promised. I do. A simple pledge. She felt an instant connection like she had never felt before. Not to her family, not to her friends, not to any other hostages she had worked so hard to free before. And so when the man's eyes closed and backed away, it didn't scare Detective Hada, for she knew he would return, and he did, pressing his lips up to the narrow slit in this horrible puzzle box, repeating his question again, steam flowing from his mouth as he asked, Promise? Promise that I'm not alone? Yes, she promised, I do, and pressing her palms against the cold outside of the box without truly knowing why. Without truly knowing why, Detective Hada leaned forward and placed her own lips up to the opening, letting her breath creep into this strange structure, allowing her warm lips to fall in this man's. It was a gentle kiss, a moment of compassion. You could feel in this brief contact the beating of her heart, the pulsing blood through every inch of her body, matched beat for beat in a soft touch. Thank you, said the man, no trace of fear remaining in his voice, and he backed away into the darkness, disappearing in a single moment of eerie calmness. Get back! Yelled an officer, suddenly thrusting himself between Detective Hada and the box, breaking a silence that would soon be filled with a cacophony of whirring gears, clicking latches, a symphony of mechanical activity happening all at once. Something had triggered. As if an unseen lever pulled and the side of the giant box began to slide open. Detective Hada gripped her flashlight tightly and pushed forward into the foggy interior of the giant box. Her feet splashed in the puddled rainwater, her heart racing as she swept her light from side to side. And that's when her eyes landed on a man. Or at least landed on what should have been him. There in the corner of the box was a pile of pieces, like parts of a doll, almost pulled apart, or perhaps this is how Detective Hada had to think of him in that moment to survive. A collection of segments, limbs, pieces, disconnected from one another, cleanly severed and placed in a neat little pile. Atop that pile, a head, cold and pale, eyes open, lips an icy blue. Spirit stares into the fire, her own expression lifeless, her lips blue. Tears fall from her chin and soak into the sand at her feet. You're blown away by the story, and it's safe to say you're not alone. Everyone else is looking up into the fire, up at the sky, anywhere but at Spirit. It was you who chose her, you who initiated this harrowing tale. So sad, so creepy, so sensual? She really went into great detail when it came to describing that kiss. Too much detail, and now no one is sure how to act. Dwight and Claudette are staring daggers at you. You have to do something. The game is supposed to be a lighthearted romp. Please, I said do something. I feel like that will get me killed, but I want to do that. Cool story is not... Might... she's gonna kill me. Slow clap is bad, I feel like. Sam, without saying anything, approached Spirit, reaching her arms around her for a hug. Her robe hovering in the air begins to wrap itself around you and squeeze you into her. It's kind of like being hugged back, but also like being tied up. It's certainly not what you expected. Usually you pull yourself away, but it's an awkward movement. You nearly fall over into the fire. Spirit says nothing and floats away without much as a goodbye. You meanwhile, realize that everyone had just watched this truly strange interaction from the corners of their eyes. That note, everyone decides it's time to take a break and split up for a little bit so they can all have a moment alone before bed. Everyone leaves and you're alone by the fire. The only thing you hear is the ocean slowly lapping against the shore. This is nice. True moment of peace and tranquility that lasts for all of 7 seconds before because Trickster shows up and he's blaring his latest song. They literally play his fucking, like, when you pick him on the menu, that's the music that plays. Hey baby, you look lonely. Mind if I join you? He doesn't wait for an answer. I know you've been hearing me from these guppies all day, but I want you to hear something from a big fish like me. Something special that those in charge of the island don't want you to hear. I'm the ultimate catch on this island, the only lobster in an ocean of sardines. No one can give you what I can. You just have to find me. Come find me, baby. Trickster leaves. You're a little bit confused about what to make of his cryptic clues, but you aren't going to get any time to yourself to think about them just yet. Spirit approaches you. You know, I was watching you while I told my story. I could tell it was having an effect on you. The fog that follows me around, I could feel it, you breathing heavily, taking me in. You and I are both absolutely flabbergasted at that piece of information. Legit, you learn something new every day, even when you're a god. I mean a narrator. You're doing it again right now. You need to calm down. You should come to the hot tub with me. Dipping in hot tubs with the Spirit? You've come a long way in a single day. I'm not saying you shouldn't follow her. An offer like that. Just don't forget our little talk. Thanks, Ocean. Okay, it's 3:30. I still have a couple hours. Actually, I still have like 3 hours. You're your storyteller friend, slip into the water. It's just the right temperature for an evening dip. Plus, if some jealous shark comes along and manages to jump from the ocean into the pool, that's a pretty sure your killer companion could handle it. I just want to be totally clear. Even though that story bore some similarities to my life, it was not about me in any way, shape, or form. Not symbolically, not metaphorically, not any other ically. I believe you completely. Sure, you were cut up into pieces in your life, and so is the person in the story. A perfectly normal coincidence. Sure, you're on this island, trapped, one might say, in a most puzzling place. Also a completely regular coincidence. And sure, his lips were blue. Your lips were blue. Really? You'd call this blue? Searching for answers, hoping to find revenge. Okay, so the similarities stop there, I guess. Coincidences. Sorry, the coincidences. Get this through your head, whoever you are. Samurai blood runs through my veins, or well, maybe it has coagulated by now. No need to sweat the details. Regardless, I'm a descendant of noble warriors. Thousands of years of training with bladed weapons preceded my entrance into this world. You know how many swords that is? A lot. I've got to figure that with that many sharp edges, a person is bound to get disconnected from the body part here and there. Truth is, I wouldn't typically share this, so don't go blabbing about it. I dreamt that story, like watching a movie in my sleep, when I was just a little girl, years before my father sunk his blade into my skin. It was her father, yeah. I've never been able to shake it. It's a very adult story for a child to dream. You believe me? Yeah. I know we just met, but yeah, I do believe you. The way you told that story, it clearly came from someplace deep. Cool. Who taught you to trust a stranger? You're gonna get hurt if you don't learn to take better care of yourself. Now you got me wondering, do I believe you if you believe her or not? If I know everything, because trust me, I do know everything. Don't I already know the answer to my own question about if I believe your answer to Spirit's question? Whoa, Ocean Air got me tripping. Sorry, I didn't mean to distract us both. What's important is that a certain corpsey cutie floating in a cloud of magical mist might still be in the waiting for you to say the right thing and free her from the puzzle box. Believe that she is, if you believe that she is the... Damn it, got me going again. Fortunately, before you can follow this conundrum to what surely will be a mind-numbing cycle of new questions, you find a certain someone standing before you with a fresh towel ready to dry you off. Sorry, kids, but it's time for bed. I might be the youngest one here, but I'm no kid. I do, however, love being wrapped up in a fresh, clean towel. My mother used to help me wash my hair when I was young. She'd comb out all the tangles and tie a ribbon around it before sending me on my way. I miss her. Budget Spirit stares off into the distance, her hand gripping into a tight fist. She doesn't notice you're watching her at first. When she catches you looking, she turns away roughly grabs a towel from Dwight, and then pushes him and Claudette aside as she floats off. You head over to the campfire. The heat is comforting on this chilly night. Looking into the crackling embers, you think about Spirit's story about the prisoner in the puzzle box. When you manage to escape this place, will you leave with your life? Or has it already been taken from you, and it's just a matter of time until you make a gruesome discovery? Before you can dwell too much on your fate, Claudette and Dwight arrive, their now familiar creepy smile stretching from ear to ear. It's a bit menacing to see a smile like that lit by firelight. But clearly, like, the ocean, I think, is the entity, right? That brought us here? I guess that's what I'm, vibing. We must apologize for the accommodations. We weren't prepared for another guest, but we're going to make you comfortable, or die trying. They hand over a pillow and blanket, welcome you to snuggle up by the fire. Perhaps some music will put you at ease? Just try to keep the volume at a minimum. Our other guests aren't the types you want to rob of their beauty sleep. Ready. Away we go. As you relax, look into the wire, the radio begins to fuzz and flicker. You examine it and decide that you might adjust the dial and fix it. Oop. Let's see what's on this station. Hey, it's the fucking... It's Clown's menu music, I think. No matter how many things you listen to, you still can't sleep. Decide to ask one of the killers to spend a little more time with you until you sleep here. Who would you like to summon to your side as you lay by the fire? Spirit, are you around? I was wondering if I could get a little company. Spirit tells you her secret for falling asleep when she's feeling restless. I like to listen to flute music, dab on some essential oils, and steam my pores. Really? What? Even the dead... What? Even the dead like to relax. I don't really have any of those things around. She gave me the fucking... the comb. That's one of her add-ons. Spirit, add-ons, DVD. I don't remember which this one does. I forgot what the name of her power is. Oh, it's Yamaoka's Haunting. There it is. The Gifted Bamboo Comb increases the activation charge rate of Yamaoka's Haunting. Hey, the rusty flute, too. Yeah, so we got the bamboo comb. I guess you could hold on to this. Whoa! Norman? Norman, thank you so much, thank you so much for the raid. Holy crap. That's a... Wow. Oh, man. That means a lot to me. Thank you so much. We are, I love that raid message. That's so great. I hope how was your stream? How was it? We're just playing Hooked on You since it came out today. We just got a gift from the spirit. We got her bamboo comb. As I'm trying to romance the spirit, of course. Hi, Norman. I hope stream was good and games were good today. I guess you could hold on to this. It was a gift from my mother. I will want it back, though, and if you lose it, well, you'll get your revenge on me. It's the last thing I do. Finally start to feel sleepy. Except maybe this isn't really a sleepy feeling. Yeah, the trailer for the Project W dropped too. That looked good, and that one new game they're making, Flippin' Misfits, that kind of looked good too, actually. But yeah, they said it dropped today, and I was like, okay, we're checking it out. Finally start to feel sleepy, except maybe this isn't really a sleepy feeling. Maybe you're paralyzed. You try to keep your eyes open, but you can't. Darkness overtakes you. The dark voice from earlier speaks to you again. Shouldn't still be as spooky, but now you've had a whole day of strange voices in your head. But this one is still undeniably odd. Oh yeah, Ada Wong and Rebecca, my queen Rebecca from RE1. I can't wait for both of them, honestly. The human body is made up of 60% water. Did you know that? Of course you did. Everyone knows that. Even amnesiac video game protagonists. Well, guess what? Drink as much as you'd like. You'll never get to 100%. You hear me? Don't think I don't see what you're up to. You wake suddenly to see someone looming over you. Trapper is sitting beside you, sketching a portrait. Oh, you're awake. Saw you with the spirit right before bedtime. You should know. They're not what they seem. Not like me, who's obviously completely honest and trustworthy. I was checking out to make sure you weren't sleeping near one of my... Actually, never mind. Just be careful where you sit. But since I'm here, I'd like to share 2 things with you. 1, I do not take rejection well. 2, the first thing is very important to remember. Were you drawing me? Trapper doesn't answer. You weren't drawing stink lines radiating out from me, are you? Still nothing from the Trapper. Look, I'm not an easy guy to get along with, but I am an easy guy to spend time with. He is a built man. Evan is looking hench. That'll make sense if you choose to spend time with me tomorrow. The rest of this scum live like rats. They wouldn't know a good time if I bit them on the ass. I mean that literally. Point is, if you select me, you're in for a day of luxury, extravagance, and fun. Yes, I said fun. And if I don't pick you, remember what I said earlier, or I might be the last thing you ever forget. But hey, you look tired. Get some rest, sleep, maybe even sleep well if you can. Just try not to roll over to the about 15 feet to your left. Finally alone, for real this time, maybe. You drift off to sleep again. Hopefully you're not poisoned. He's definitely hitting the gym. He looks bigger than he does in Dead by Daylight. Huntress, too. Holy shit. Wait a second. Where are we? This isn't... Oh, jeez, it is. It's one of those reality show confessional rooms where all the contestants talk directly to the camera. We're doing an aside! So, like, honestly... Brett said he cheated on me with the beefer, but then he's like, I miss you, or whatever. I think today went really well. These were some of my first interactions with someone who isn't a parent that didn't end in bloodshed and ultimately untimely perishing in my Russian cottage. Yes, it is. It was me pretending to do, what was it, Towie? Towie? Is that what it's called? Which I basically just ripped off the thing that, I think Chris Evans was in an interview. He just did an impersonation of it. Like, honestly, Dwight and Claudette were being kind of weird, and like, they're like, you know, follow the itinerary or whatever. And I'm like, I'm busy hanging out with Spirit. So Canada is a win no matter what happens. What do I think of the newcomer? Do I have to say? Oh, I do. Attractive, mysterious. No cobs before mobs. Oh, what was it? It was a different show. He's like, we're going out to get brunch. And he's like, fuck brunch. Breakfast and lunch. Why not just have one or the other? Fuck off. Where is that clip? It's so funny. Sounds good, Norman. Hope to see you back. Thank you so much again for the raid. But I'll be right back. I'll be right here for, you know, still a few hours. Scott hates brunch. Is it Scott hates brunch? What Scott thinks about brunch? Yeah, Geordie Shore.
So me and the squad are off for brunch. What the hell even is that? Breakfast and lunch? Why not just have one or the other? Fuck off.
That's one of my favorite memes. Oh man. Yeah, enjoy your lurk, Norman. We're gonna keep it going. Alright, I really don't know many other words since I was raised by my mom in the woods until she was skewered by an elk, and I had to wash her entrails off my Seraphim. That being said, the other three should make sure to be on their guard. I don't know who this newcomer will want to spend time with tomorrow, but I, for one, will not let my guard down easily. Who knows about the others? Wraith, I think, knows more than he's letting on about this place, but he's a hard nut to crack. Meanwhile, Spirit is just screaming all the time. Major buzzkill and Trapper. Ugh, where do I even begin with Trapper? He's buff, sure, but daddy issues much? Sheesh. Look, I don't need anyone. I've been perfectly fine as my own since my mother died. I eat a fine diet of raw deer, bear, and human, and I'm as fit as a fiddle. That being said, something about this newcomer makes me think I might be missing out on some huge part of this thing called life. Look, I'm always full of rage. The key to knowing how to control your rage so you can use it. I'm a master of self-control, and right now I'm using all the self-control I can muster because today was a disaster. Let's just say I didn't love it. That was funny. Laugh. I said laugh, damn it. Anyway, I'm planning to kill this idiot. Don't tell them though. I want to lead them on a little more. It'll make it that much better for me when they're screaming. I'm not really sure how to feel about Joe. On one hand, everyone I've ever cared about has met an awful fate, so it's probably good for Joe if they just keep ignoring me. On the other hand, there's something about them that maybe could work out for my plan, or for me. But now that everyone thinks of me as a beautiful, cold-blooded monster, I can't help it. Circulation just isn't my thing. I don't choose to be cold. This cute hat and robe, okay, those are a choice, sure. If someone were to come around and capture my heart, at least that beats being stabbed in it. Besides, I'm not gonna get bloody revenge on a society that's used me to throw me away. Maybe it wouldn't hurt to have a little help. And that's why I want to stay with Spirit. She's the only one. I mean, okay, Huntress was kind of into me, but the other two are threatening to kill me. Wraith is going to use me in his experiments they're talking about, and Trapper's just going to kill me anyway. You open your eyes, the sun is shining. There's not a cloudless sky, and you feel great. Totally well rested. You're not even suspicious of the fact that you fell asleep at the campfire, but woke up several yards down the beach. Wait, are you on vacation? Was yesterday nothing more than a strange dream? No, not a dream. You really are here for another day. Why? I have no idea. You're obviously a weirdo. Speaking of weirdos, I think the rest of the gang is hanging out on the beach. This is definitely not a dream. I wouldn't rule out a nightmare just yet, though. At least they make for a sexy bunch, no? And talk about sexy, here comes Trickster carrying coffee. Morning, beautiful. I thought you might like a nice cup of joe to start this incredible day off right. That is poison, Trickster. Trickster seems suspiciously cheerful. I'm sure there's nothing nefarious behind his joyful demeanor, though. Everyone knows musicians are morning people. I also want to wish you luck. Today is an important one. I am not a morning person as a musician. My only regret is that I won't be a bigger part of it. Budgeting issues. Also, I'm just swamped with engagements, especially on the other island. Trickster winks at you. If you want to ask him how to reach the other island, now is the time. Never mind, he left. Well, at least he brought me a cup of... No, wait, don't drink that! What the hell was that? They don't call him Trickster because he's good on his skateboard. He definitely didn't get that name because he brings people drinks so they can have a good morning. That was almost certainly not coffee, and I don't want anyone casually poisoning, imprisoning, or torturing you yet. This is supposed to be a tropical paradise. Type of place that give you a 5-5, a 5 out of 5, a 10 out of 10, 2 thumbs up to review to, not an eternal prison of pain. And please, make sure to leave a review. It really helps with the algorithms. Please trust me, I'm looking out for you, so can we please move on? Hey, wait a second. How did a possibly omniscient, possibly unreliable narrator physically just knock that coffee out of your hand? This is not Parliament, and the floor does not recognize the ocean to speak out of turn at this moment. I need no recognition, for I am the ocean. I dominate this land. I submerge those who defy me and become their watery grave. Actually, speaking of graves, I would like to say something. Something of grave importance. Fine, go ahead. Even if this place is an eternal prison of pain, I'm not saying it is. Even a place of extreme horror can still receive a 5 of 5, 10 out of 10 thumbs up review, if it was crafted with love, or that's the type of thing you're into. You know, the ocean is right. A lot of hard work goes into a place like this. You should really judge it on the artist's intent. Whenever possible, start from the mindset of giving them the benefit of the doubt. Constructing these elaborate simulations, vacations, is not easy to do. Sometimes there are some small bugs or inconsistencies, but that's just the nature of the process. Perfection is overrated. The universe is full of mysteries. We ought to celebrate those who venture to bare their souls as part of the creative process with the ultimate intent of making things for our enjoyment, not to be overly critical of them. Are you two trying to sell me on this place actually being good? You don't have to say it like that, especially after I saved you from that poorly made cup of coffee. Sorry, we should have been here 5 minutes ago. They always do this on the second morning. Bad, really. Even though they do make some great points. Oh sure, they make great points, I agree. Can we please move on? Yes, of course, apologies, Joe. The last few minutes aside, have you been enjoying your time here on the island? Yes, I'm not suspicious there's no option. It's been really entertaining. Also glad to try my share on this island besides really entertaining. Wow, 10 stars, here we come. Someone remind me to skip this section next time? Nope. We do need to ask you one more question though. We all just sign away our rights to say anything negative about this place. Would you please sign this non-disparagement agreement? Sure. Yes, I would hereby agree to participate in the verbal contract stating that I, Joe, will never say anything negative about my stay here on this island. Perfect. Delightful. Excellent. Yes. Hey, Joe, it's still totally cool if you have constructive feedback. This place to leave that is in a positive review, because we all know that nobody reads negative reviews of games or resorts like this. Anyway, I see Dwight and Claudette have gone into a trance. And with the grumbling I hear from your belly, that can only mean one thing. Breakfast! Breakfast. Sorry, okay. Perfect timing. Everyone rolls into the dining area to lard up those sexy little bellies with pancakes and bacon, and... So much for maintaining these beach pods. We're all half naked in a tropical paradise. Can we get some strawberries here? A yogurt? Magic powers? We'll only get you so far. Even killers watch their sodium intake. You take your plate and sit down, thinking about yesterday and the whirlwind of feelings you experienced. Danger, dread, disorientation. It was like going through puberty again, except all in one day on a beautiful, mysterious island. Looks like you're not the only one doing some introspection, though. Trapper stands up to talk about how his day went, in case anyone was wondering. Personally, I wasn't. I can't imagine you could make me any angrier today than you did yesterday, and I really hope you do. I really, really hope you do. Really, did anyone see where I left my cleaver? Ah, just kidding. I always know where my cleaver is. Well, that was bizarre. Back to your breakfast. Nope. Now Hunter steps up to talk about her feelings. At this point, anything could happen. I'm open to all the possibilities that the strange island has in store. How open-minded. Oh, well, that surely must be it. No one else would really stand up and breakfast to. And just like that, here comes Spirit. Did everyone sleep well? I did. Or should I say I did not? I haven't slept in 20 years on the account of the whole burning quest for familial revenge thing. Last night was no different, so in that case, it was exactly how it should be. Got a lot of reading done, though. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to go back to quietly resenting being trapped here with you all, and while looking cute doing so. Guessing Wraith had enough time to work up the courage to speak in front of a group. Ah, perfect, there he is. Take us home, Wraith. I'm glad the introduction of Joe to our island paradise, and yeah, that was in quotations, didn't distract me from my normal routine, ignoring all of you and vice versa. This place is an eternal prison of suspicion and suffering, and no one cares. I'm still the only one asking any questions. I'm asking you a question, too. It's when will Wraith shut up? Now they're all looking at you expectantly. Wait, are you supposed to stand up and explain how yesterday made you feel? I think I need to process everything by myself. I'll see you all soon. Damn, what a power play. Keep them wanting more. You're getting good at this game, or a sexy true-to-life experience. Jamie didn't eat any breakfast, but so be it. After breakfast, you head to the hot tub by yourself to clear your head. Yesterday was, in short, a lot. Before you get there, though, something catches your attention. You hear that? Who are you addressing? Me? Well, yeah, I guess. That is okay, right? You know, I might be pursuing a relationship with one of these 4 fine killers, but it feels like the person I'm getting to know the most is you, narrator. It's only okay in so much that as it serves to illustrate that you've lost your mind, seeing how I'm not real and all. Yeah, I heard it this time. I think it's coming from behind the pool shed. Hello, welcome in. Thank you so much for coming in from the raid. And no worries at all if you just are lurking. Love if you're just hanging out and having a good time as we play Hooked on You for the first time. I don't know if you can. Honestly, you might be able to. They already teased a secret trickster ending. A little more. No, stick it in there. A little more. A little more. Oh yeah, that's it. Yes. How does that feel? Tense. Nice. Yeah, that feels right. This is uncomfortable. I want you to take that and put it right. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. That? Exactly like that. I had no idea these two even do whatever it is they're doing. I'm afraid to look. Please say something so they'll know you're close by and can hear everything. Oh wow, look at this super cool bottle of Trickster brand suntan lotion someone left on a chair. Anyone know where I can buy some? Damn it! Oh, come on, a little privacy, please. Dwight is panting, and Claudette has this crazed look in her eye. Sorry, I didn't know how else to let you know I was here and that I could hear you, well, you know. No, what? No, what? What do you think we were doing? We were doing, I don't know what exactly you were doing, but it sounded, like, fun. You think two people trying to find new ways to kill each other in desperate ways to search to, wait. You think two people trying to find new ways to kill each other in a desperate search to make their own death permanent is fun? Oops. We get 5 minutes, to ourselves every day, and we spend it hoping if we stab each other in just the right spot, we won't get resurrected. I've come to believe that the key is finding the exact place we need to bleed out from, and I believe that place is in our appendix. Where else would it, why else would it be there? Makes sense to me. Did you actually think we were me and him, Dwight? You don't have to laugh that hard. They get it. My life is a nightmare, and yet somehow it's never been worse than right now. Let's go, lover boy. I noted all our entry runes, and our 5 minutes is up anyway. Good luck, Joe. You're gonna need it. And hey, if you figure out how to escape this island, please make sure your ghost tells us how. That was both a tragedy and a comedy. A cragmedy. Shut up, I like it. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah. You're heading to the hot tub by yourself to clear your head. Yesterday was, in short, a lot. So far, today has been exhausting too. But you're dedicated to achieving a true centered sense of calm. No drama, no bullshit, just soaking up the sun in a heated pool. Today you're on a date with you. Ooh, I like that. I want to be on a date with me. Who would make the first move? And aside from that disturbing thought, all is going to plan until a shadow blocks the precious sun. Like he tipped, like a palm tree bending over to screw with you. It's no tree at all. Oh, it's fucking Trickster again? Hey, babe. Breakfast was weird, huh? Everyone just getting up and announcing how they're feeling? What's that about? Some force kind of checking with the group? I don't like it. Fishy. Kind of lazy. Whatever, though. Breakfast is done. No one should eat before noon, or after 4 p.m. Yeah, I do intermittent fasting. You seen my abs, by the way? Maybe you can see them later in my private stage on the other island. You know, IP Island, where all the Hollywood celebs hang out. Play your cards right, and give you a private show. Catch you around. His abs are pretty amazing. You gotta give him that. And the blow-up bat, threatening but adorable. Makes for an interesting silhouette. Genius design. He's a psychopath, just like the rest of them. You don't gotta give him anything. You don't gotta give him anything. And we're not the best. Oh fuck! I skipped it. I paused it on my stream. And we're not the best friends. Just because we had a little talk about doing a little talking, it's not an open invitation to smashing the fourth wall every 5 seconds. Okay, now that that guy's gone, we got some ground rules established, so we're definitely going to be abide by it. It's time to lay back and take some deep, slow breaths, and... Nope, another shadow. These people will not leave you alone. Let's see what it is this time. Oh, it's Spirit! That checks out. You two have gotten pretty cozy. We should get out of here. I know it prays that brings a bit of welcome darkness to this tropical nightmare. Best of all, I'm the only one that seems to know about it, so we won't be bothered there. I don't even know why I'm telling you, really. It's my private spot. But I guess I've got a feeling that you'll appreciate it the way that I do. Not like these other killers. They don't get me. But I'll get them. Oh, I'll get them all. And I'll get my father, too. I'll punish him for what he did to my mother and me. Spirit radiates a menacing aura, waving her sword around in the air as she threatens, well, the entire universe. It's scary and more than a little hot if you get turned on by menacing. Look, all this time on Murderer's Island has got us both a little bit confused about things. I'm choosing to lean into it. I suggest you do the same. You've seen her get mad, which is probably enough to scare her into compliance, but you've also seen that there's more sensitive side to hiding within her. Which one do you think will win out? Consider her offer, but before you can decide you want to go off with Spirit, the Huntress interjects. I guess you could go off with Spirit today. She seems pretty cool, actually. I think if we weren't here on this island vying against each other for your attention, we might actually be friends. We might have something, though, you and I. I couldn't let you go off to her goth lighthouse without speaking up first. Yeah, I know her secret spot. I see everything the holes of this adorable mask. But my offer still stands. We can still hang out today. Plenty of room in my cabin. Wink, wink. It's pretty cute that Huntress thinks she has to say wink, wink out loud. The mask barely even hides her face. Tough choice. You weigh your options quickly because you can only go on one date today, and you also don't want to be hacked to pieces for saying the wrong thing. It's always good to remember that these are all cold-blooded killers, but you know what they'll say. Like your lemons, you make lemonade, and then die a horrible, retching, writhing death after drinking it because the lemons were poisoned all along. Sorry, this island has really got me tilted. So who will it be? Of course it's Spirit. We're going after Spirit. I gotta go with Spirit. You made the correct decision, but know this, just because you picked me doesn't mean I'm gonna slobber all over you like a dog, understand? Well, of course, I still got a lot to prove to me. I want to believe that our connection is real, but I've been hurt before, literally, with a katana. A katana that I now wield in spectral form. You feel me? Because you will feel me if you try any of that macho trapper crap. Yeah, I feel you. Before you ask Claudette and Dwight to clarify, I'll just let you know that yes, it is too late to change your answer now. Morose match, achievement unlocked. You and Spirit arrive at the coast, overlooking the Black Lighthouse. It's old and decrepit, but still impressive. There's something magnetic about it. You see why Spirit would be drawn to such a place. Look Spirit up and down and notice that she's wearing all black, just like the lighthouse. It's a bit of a theme. Is black your favorite color? Black isn't really a color at all. It's the absence of color. It's a void. Like me. Spirit smiles. Nature abhors a vacuum. You're not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. The lapping waves on the shore of the coast set a romantic tone. The fog that surrounds Spirit everywhere she goes blends perfectly with the mist rolling up on the rocky shoreline. She's at one with this place, and so are you. The peace doesn't last too long, however, as the lighthouse lets out an eerie howl like a monster dying. A spiraling black light stretches out across the sky. Spirit has to yell at you just to be heard. Oh yeah, it does that! The light and sound recede as the two of you sit in silence. Spirit lays that towel down and pats it on it gently. Clearly she wants your company, so you oblige. When you do, she takes out some sunscreen and hands it to you. You're not exactly sure what to do. Is this an invitation to get a little hands-on action? What else could it be? Thanks, I forgot to bring my own when I lost my memory and fell into the ocean. No problem, I figured as much. Spirit turns away while you slather lotion all over your body. Need help reaching those difficult spots? You see a hand float around your back. Sure, why not? Spirit's hand on your back feels ice cold, but she has a soft touch. When she's done, she takes care of herself. You watch as Spirit apply sunscreen to herself in the most unique way by floating her own hand around her back to spread it on. Comment on her floating hands ability, say nothing, ask about the shreds of elastic. The fact that your hands just float around you like that, you can reach things way easier than I can, it's almost like you're some kind of superhero. I'm glad you get a kick out of it, but floating severed limbs isn't exactly the type of superpower you think to wish for as a kid. I'd much rather be able to read minds. Maybe then I'd understand why some people act the way they do. Apologize or tell her you're actually jealous. I'm gonna apologize. I'm truly sorry. I clearly hadn't thought through what your experience was like. Sometimes humor is how you deal with uncomfortable situations, but clearly you read the room wrong. I was just thinking about what you must have gone through to end up like that. It had to have been horrible. It was worse than death. At least death ends eventually. But I won't want to forget it. It slowly made me who I am right now. The truth is, I could pull all these bits of glass that are stuck in my flesh out right now if I wanted to, but I don't want to. Each shard is a reminder of what my father did to me, what the world did to him. That's why I refuse to play the universe's game. I hate the idea that I'll be forced to succumb to the pressure the way he did in the end. The way that fear and anger filled him up and then came bursting out. The way his misery flooded our home and drowned us all. Yeesh. It's hard to not think about revenge. That dragon inside me, it's doing to me what the world did to him. I have to fight it, even though it gives me strength. I must maintain control. You're stronger than he ever was, I'm sure of it. I appreciate that, Joe. I suppose a little help isn't a bad thing. In life and love, this world is a lot to endure alone. Maybe I could use a little assistance reaching my delicate toes for a bit of lotion, you know? Having your body contorted into these vengeful poses, it really does a number on my joints. It rubs the lotion on its skin. Oh, okay. I gotta do good. Oh, was that good? Not bad. Okay, perfect. Okay, not bad. That was also not bad. Damn, it's hard. I suppose that lotion made it to where it's supposed to be going eventually. You weren't too incredibly wasteful. I'm not a woman who believes in rushing through things just to get them done. There's a next time. I'll show you you'll do even better. Look up at the lighthouse, its ominous dark form hovering above in this moment between Spirit and yourself. Evil as it clearly is, in this case it does you a solid by blurting out another ominous moan and burst of black light that rescues you from this awkward silence. Ghost ship? From seemingly out of nowhere, an ancient-looking ship appears in the water. It glows, itself a thing of death. The spirit of the ship that once sailed these seas centuries ago. A tattered black flag whips in the ocean air above the ship as it careens towards the shore. Before crashing on the rocks, it must have been drawn in by the lighthouse. Hear distant shouting of sailors as the old wooden ghost ship breaks up and sinks into the water. Oh right, it does that sometimes too. Should we do something? Nah, the sharks will take care of it. Within a minute, the ocean is quiet again except for the waves. Note to self, hungry sharks. These time-traveling pirates, or whoever they were, you're perhaps sure you saw one of those skull and crossbones flags, aren't the only ones drawn here today. It's Wraith! He has emerged from the palm trees behind you. I didn't come here to break up your date or something. I came here for that. The lighthouse? Wraith points to the lighthouse. It is indifferent to his attention. I've been seeing it in my dreams, shining its strange light on me. I can't avoid it. Through the woods and walls, nothing seems to stop it from reaching out to me. Duh, it's a haunted lighthouse. It does that to everyone at some point. You're no more special than me, those dead pirates, or that mermaid I saw washed up on the shore that one time. Ew. Mermaids, by the way, aren't even as close to as beautiful in person as they are in the movies. More sea witch than underwater princess, if you get my drift. It's all part of a vast conspiracy, an epic river of lies that runs beneath the island, or something. Pretty sure I figured it out. The basics, anyhow. If you come with me, I can. You can get cut. Spirit waves her katana, nearly trimming a couple buttons off of Wraith's tropical top. Takes the hint and backs away a few steps slowly. For the quiet guy, he never really shuts up. Okay, be that way. You'll see. Alone at last, tension broken, Deathly moans quiet, and Wraith banished back to wherever he hangs out. You scooch closer to Spirit, breathing in the damp, foggy air that seems to emanate from her. It's not quite clear how that whole fog thing works, but you don't even care. You're feeling this moment. Spirit seems to be feeling it too. She starts to adjust her robe, and you get a peek at the bathing suit beneath. Someone who seems intent on proving how little she cares about what everyone else thinks. She sure put a lot of work in getting into that suit. Got straps for days. However, you're so focused on what's happening with Spirit, you don't see the next interruption coming. And Claudette and Dwight burst in on you and interrupt whatever you were doing. It doesn't seem like they were worried they'd bump into much. We're here to make a very dramatic announcement. Well, technically, we're here to invite you to join us back at the beach. We'll be making a very dramatic announcement. It's hard being producers and the hosts. Aren't survivors supposed to work in groups of 4? When you arrive at the beach, you realize you were set up. Despite promising an announcement, Dwight and Claudette simply stand quiet. This isn't all what was promised. Wait a minute, there's no announcement here. But there is a me. You got mud in your ears, friend? I told you to get lost. Don't you see? Lost is what I am, and so are you. But I know the way out. I've got a map back in my secret lair, literally, and figuratively. Yeah, I know the difference. That's why you should ditch Spirit and come spend the rest of the night with me instead. You got a secret lair? Damn it! Who said anything about a secret lair? I've got sap in my secret hair. There's a flap on my secret chair. Don't change the subject. Don't ask me what he's talking about. I'm gonna make a mess of the first nice day I've had in I don't know how long because it's not even clear what year it is, but in a while. I'm not about to be ditched for the likes of you. It's not me messing up things. I keep trying to tell you, it's this dang island. Come to accept a difficult truth. What's happening here? Well, I'm convinced that it's our fate. It's not anyone's decision. Only the way it will be. There's no use fighting it. What do you even know about fighting? All you know is hiding in your spooky little secret hair and crying like a baby while ringing your little bell. So don't tell me what I can and can't fight back against. I was born a fighter, and the dragon lives inside me. I cannot fight even when all I might want to do is hide. Do you not see this giant hat? It's a metaphor. I do have a fate. My fate is to win every fight that comes my way. Got it? Only 4Ks, baby. Only 4Ks. Folks. Oh, you hide. I've seen you hide. Your little phase walking routine, what do you call that? It's basically cloaking, and we all know that cloaking is a type of hiding. Folks, you cloak? I don't cloak. I'm not a cloaker. I phase walk out in the open. You just can't see me. You have no idea what they're talking about. This sure sounds like some video game community forum thread minutia if there was ever such a thing. Not that you would know about that either. Sure doesn't seem like Dwight and Claudette are going to stop this, so it's on you. Ahem! I think I was brought here to make this choice. I'm going to do that now. I choose my girl, Spirit. Comes down to it, neither of these two seem easy to love. I mean, damn, Spirit literally has broken glass shards sticking out of her, but she certainly has a charm to her gloom. Spirit and I are actually having a nice time. Besides, if it's my fate to end up on this island, well, to hell with fate, really. Don't really take this the wrong way, Wraith, but the amount of awkwardness you pack into a single day, no wonder you're so skinny. All that second-guessing yourself must burn a lot of calories. No offense taken, it's, yeah, okay, it's true. I can be a little awkward, I guess, sometimes. Right, so I'm just gonna stick with Spirit. Spirit breathes a sigh of relief. I got enough revenging to do without having to kill you and Wraith too. So yeah, this seems to be some entity realm that they got sent to as like a break. My predictions are so far. So yeah, the island is a realm that they got sent to for a vacation though, not for a trial. Dwight and Claudette got pulled away from their normal trials to work here by the entity because they said, like, we keep getting resurrected, which is how the game works. They die in a trial, they get reborn for a new trial in the lobby. I think the lighthouse is the Observer, honestly. Like, the way it looks, and it's reminding me of, like, the Observer, and I feel like he lives in there. He's in, like, Lighthouse Libraries, and that's what my head is going to. So I think maybe he's in there. Or even the narrator might even be the Observer, but I don't know. The ocean seems to be the entity by proxy. Spirit walks you around a corner to show you something that she discovered in this place and knew was meant to be connected with her journey, a cherry tree. Just a small sapling, which are going to sprout flowers. It doesn't make any sense to see a cherry tree here in this place. It also doesn't make sense to see a ghost in a black bathing suit, so you just accept it. Spirit steps up to the tree, a cold breeze pulls some petals off, and they come cascading through the air around the both of you. Do you know the meaning of the cherry blossom? They're beautiful, but also quite symbolic. Of course, like all good symbols, their meaning is pretty complicated. What do they mean to you? For many people, being among cherry blossoms is like being at a celebration of life. People travel great distances just to be near their vibrant beauty. However, as beautiful as they might be, they aren't magical. They're simply flowers. They quickly die and fade away, and for this reason, they're also a symbol of the fleeting nature of life, of our fragile mortality. In a way, it's the specter of looming death that calls attention to the special moment, to see and appreciate life. How does that duality make you feel, Joe? Kind of frustrated, really, like in reality. So I'm gonna answer honestly. Current predicament strain here, no understanding why, no control. The beauty of this island, the attention of such an interesting companion. It should bring you joy, but it comes at the price of being completely confused and hopeless. Put down, see a crumbling cherry blossom and ground at your feet. You stare at it, something begins to rage inside you like a dragon. How can anyone find comfort, even for a moment, with death and decay looming on the horizon? It makes me so frustrated. It makes me so mad, like I want to do something about it. I want to strike back against this shitty reality. Fear lets you go off, staying calm despite your bubbling rage. She must know thoughts like this. That's why she asked you, that you see things from her point of view? I want to be alive! You feel connected to her at this moment more than you have at any point before. You wonder, does she feel the same? Once the fallen cherry blossoms represented the souls of samurai warriors, those with noble characters, those who did not fear death, those who were killed in the greatest sacrifice to honor their emperor. Their lives were short, but their purpose gave them beauty. Those warriors saw death coming, but they never despaired. And stood and faced it, they held their swords and struck down their fear. But despite the samurai spirit that lives on in me and my noble bloodline, my life is ended, but my death continues to stretch on. The cycle is frozen. This cherry tree, it's not real. As petals fall, they soon replenish, as if it was installed here by someone. You watch as spirit chooses her words very carefully. By something, with no respect for the balance of life and death. We're sorry to interrupt. You know we don't believe you, right? Yep. But this time, we got a really good reason. It has nothing to do with us being manipulated by an unseen force, because that's definitely not happening. Nobody accused you of that, but okay. We're just here to tell you that it's time for dinner, silly. Get it while it's hot. I guess it's time to go already. Thanks for spending some time with me today. I enjoyed it. Me too. I love her. She will be mine. Spirit will be mine. What a fun day you've been having. I can see it written all over your face. You're shining, and that's not just the remaining anxious sweat from spending an afternoon courting a psycho killer. No, you really are feeling this whole romantic experience. Don't worry, I'll keep your dirty little secrets. But enough gentle ribbing, it's time to get back to business. All the appetizing singles have arrived for dinner, including the trickster. Wait, this here too. We're not gonna do the gag or we cram them all on screen at the same time again, so just believe me, they're all here, and they're all just as sexy and demented as you remember them. With your love on the line, everyone is being very careful to not offend you by saying the wrong thing. Congrats, by the way, getting this far. I'm as surprised as you are that these four are falling for you. No, not because of your personality, but because you just met them yesterday. However, since Trapper seems like the biggest long shot to end up holding onto your heart, he throws caution to the wind and speaks up. Pretty small consolation prize for being the least loved killer on Murderer's Island. Hey, letting them have this one moment in the spotlight is the least we can do. Heaven knows they won't do any better than that. Sorry. My friend Lou said no one's romancing Trapper. Okay. If I'm dining solo, I'm eating what I want, and you're all eating it too. Lamb shank, rare, salt, pepper, no sauces allowed, and serve it with one single piece of broccoli so Wraith won't complain. I like broccoli. Gives me horrible gas. Oh, I don't like that. Buddy, wait till you smell what rare lamb does to my bowels. It's awesome. Dinner will be served shortly, but certain power brokers would like to know about your day. Would you like to share your day with the rest of the group? You had an interesting day for sure, but how will you describe it to the others? Say too much or too little and it could affect your standing with the group. Okay, but don't just sit there saying nothing. Nothing is not an option. I don't think she would like me blabbing. It wasn't really a date, more like two people avoiding everyone else and choosing to be alone, but doing it in a relatively close proximity to each other. That's exactly right. Could not have said anything of value better myself. She literally told me earlier, like, don't blab about things. Like, I don't open up to people. I don't talk about shit. So, being coy was the clear option for her. Trina's clearly happy with the way you portrayed your date. No surprise. She doesn't like people getting into her business. Don't and Claudette bring out dinner. Everyone eats in silence. No one trusts anyone now. And they're all very tired. Oh, wait. No. Sorry. That's a dreary supernatural horror thriller set in Antarctica. Not a charming parody date sim set in undisclosed tropical paradise. So are they talking about, they're talking about The Thing? It's funny. Bony appetite. Don't you mean bon? No, almost everything we serve has a lot of bones in it, even the vegetables. It's impossible to avoid on this island. Everyone eats without speaking. Tensions are rising, both the sexual and deadly variety. When everyone finishes, Dwight and Claudette come back to clean the table. They linger around you as they pick up your plates, take your napkin, and dust crumbs off the table. What would you like to say to the servants? Thank you. Your top-notch service is much appreciated. In fact, here. For us? Since we're doing our jobs? Thank you kindly. Everyone, if you please be so kind as follows to the fire pit, we greatly appreciate it. We've been told something big is going to happen, something that will change everything. You can go willingly or you can go unwillingly. You have no choice. Tough cookies. Did you have a choice on how you said that, dweeb? Yes, and I immediately regret how I did. Good. Something needs to change around here. Fire is rebirth. Fire illuminates the soul. I hope fire isn't too smoky. Smoke hurts my eyes. I have pretty sensitive eyes. I'm also horribly afraid of it. The fire, I mean, not my eyes, because of childhood trauma involving fire. Finally, everyone starts moving towards the fire pit, only to get away from Wraith's complaining. Poor Wraith, man. Poor Philip. Take a seat on a comfortable log, feeling fire's heat against your skin. Wait for the other killers to take their places, wondering who will want to tell a story this time. When the narrator tell a story, I bet they got a stunningly creative mind. Hey, you think? Are they allowed to simply place thoughts in my mind like this? Doesn't seem fair. Everyone makes their way in. Something unexpected happens. Nothing. Nothing happens. Something almost always seems to be happening here, so nothing is probably not a great sign. It's also quiet. You're scared of both? What, Claudette and Dwight? Oh, there's everyone. Oh. Oh, they're all staring at me. I don't know if I misread your comment. That's why I'm saying you're scared of Claudette and Dwight being scary. Oh, cool. Now everyone's looking at you. So, you know, do something. Should I pick someone to tell a story? We should play charades? Boggle? They are scary. Well, we're actually thinking, why don't you tell us a story? Red points his fine skull staff thingamajig at you. You duck out of its way. Who knows what that thing can do? Probably shoots lasers. Try not to bore us. We're just very interested in you. Don't speak for me, Huntress. Now you can't tell if you're warm from the fire or if it's your nerves heating up. I know that fire is right here, but maybe we stop talking about it all the time. We can start to pretend it's not here and doesn't, you know, threaten to burn us all alive. You're not supposed to hear me. Get out of here, Wraith. Choba's about to make an important decision about telling a story or not. Yeah, I'll tell a story. Sure, I'm game to tell a story. I hope it's a mystery. Damn it, Trickster, get out of here, bro. Okay, what other type of story do you want to tell? Tell a romantic story. About two lovers who take poison together and die foaming at the mouth? It's almost Romeo and Juliet, but it's not. Two strong hunters who meet and they both try to bludgeon the same wily Wolverine? Not quite, it's about my parents. They met at a party in college. He was hosting and she'd been dragged there by some friend. They couldn't have been more different, and yet as the night went on, they were drawn to each other. She made fun of his taste in music and he took an interest in her major, women's studies. They were married within 2 months. A bit soon to know if you can trust someone, don't you think? It's so sweet. Exactly. I learned a lot about love for them. If you know, you know. Some people don't need years to get acquainted with their partner. Luck would spark from a mere look across a campfire. Now you got their attention. Each killer is fiercely attempting to catch your eye from across the fire pit. Except for Trickster, who has wandered over to the bar and is loudly playing his own music on headphones to drown you out. Okay, that's not a very good story. I don't mean to insult you, but it was actually quite bad. Sorry, but the narrator keeps it real. We can't just end it there. What would you like to hear a story from tonight? My girl again. I am a bit. I can't say that word on Twitch because it will get me in trouble. But I am the phase member known as an S word for Wraith or for Spirit. I suppose I could tell a story. I don't really want to, but anything I say is sure to be better than whatever you get out of anyone else in the group. Like all good stories, I stole this one from someone in the past who's dead now and can't do anything about it. It's called The Bride, or technically I suppose The Fiancé. One winter, a young couple decided that next spring they would be married. The two were madly in love and could not wait for the snow to melt, so they could join in matrimony and unite their souls for eternity. Per the latest bridal trend, they decided to have their wedding ceremony at the edge of the woods by a beautiful, shabby, chic farmhouse. Together, they spent months planning on the details of the wedding. The two created invitations, figured out seating arrangements, and tasted 100 cakes before settling on the perfect one. They chose Lilikoi, by the way, so fancy. What the heck is Lilikoi? Oh, it's a fruit? Is Lilikoi and passion fruit the same fruit? Lilikoi is a slightly larger fruit with a bright yellow skin and a tartar pulp. Okay. I guess that is fancy. I've never heard of it. When it came time to figure out the decorations, however, the bride, or the fiancé, I guess, since she wasn't actually married yet, wanted to take the lead and set the style. After all, her boyfriend had been wearing cargo shorts and open-toed sandals for pretty much their entire relationship, so he was definitely not to be trusted. Having decided on such a lovely natural setting for the ceremony, the fiancé decided to create a unique floral arrangements from the local wildflowers that surrounded the farmhouse. Very fancy, unlike dragon fruit. As soon as the sun rose on the first day of spring, she set off into the woods. Well, because I know what a dragon fruit is. And I don't know what a lilikoi is. Each day she spent hours mapping out where the best blooms could be found and prepared to pick them herself the morning of the wedding so that they'd be at the height of their freshness and beauty. Enamored with the incredible variety of flowers in the woods, she surveyed the bride, or the fiancé, since she had not been married, became obsessed with knowing just how many there were so that she could choose the absolute best. Yeah, I've never heard of a lilikoi in my life. It kind of sounds like a fish, but that's because I'm also thinking of koi fish. And the fateful morning of her big day finally came. The fiancée told her husband-to-be that she had one final errand before the wedding. Excited for the ceremony to come, she dressed in her beautiful white gown, set off to the woods to gather flowers. Treading carefully, she followed her route, picking only the best stems and collecting them in a basket. However, when she came upon a once familiar clearing, something was not as she expected. It was more beautiful now than it had ever been before, and just on the edge of her view was a new bush filled with blossoms so vibrant and colorful, she became dizzy just looking at them. The fiancée ignored her sudden spell and pressed ahead, scooping up flower after flower, and every time she did, she noticed just further ahead and possibly even more beautiful blossoms. Carried by the sweet fragrance of the spring air, the bride crept further into the woods until she turned a corner, stepping over a mossy fallen tree trunk and realized she had been here before. But it wasn't the clearing she remembered, at least not how she remembered it. Flowers were suddenly overripe, decaying, falling from their stems into festering moldy piles on the floor. Where bees had been, now only flies buzzed. Where the scene of flowers had once intoxicated her, the odor of mildew now made her sick. She turned and looked back, but the path was dark. Through a shadowy glen, she walked and walked and walked. The day as guests gathered at the farmhouse, the fiancée was nowhere to be seen. Her friends, family, and love began to look for her, but to no avail. They searched the pasture, tree line, and into the forest. There was no beautiful wildflowers or young lovers to be seen. Just old dead trees, trampled vines, and moss-covered rocks. Fiancé stayed a fiancé for eternity, always wandering, looking for fresher blooms to clip, but never finding them. Shredded by a never-ending search for perfection and able to see that you are loved for who you are. Not there all alone. Thought it was beautiful and sad. It's like someone we know. How was story time? A lot of people like to take pot shots at sequels, but I think every good story deserves a follow-up. When you think it's the end, the sequel almost never is rewarding as the original. That's why I'm much more of a fan of the episodic style of storytelling. Knowing it's a series takes a lot of pressure off any individual installment and builds a greater sense of community between audience and creator. Tell me, Joe, if you could delete any sequel from existence, what would it be? Don't answer that. We don't actually care. We're just here to make sure that you seamlessly move from the next segment to the next segment of the evening. God forbid my small talk gets in the way of romantic Twilight moment. Wait, I'm gonna need you to shut your yap trap. You know that we need to get back to that thing we do whenever we're not on screen. Okay, you have fun tonight and try not to end up dead, wink wink. Why'd you say the words wink wink out loud? What kind of double entendre are you getting at with the end up dead thing? The light is physically incapable of winking, not since the accident. And you do know that all these people are despicable criminals with double-digit kill counts, right? Well, except for Spirit. She doesn't really belong here. She's strictly a victim, not a perpetrator. No wonder she's pissed. Did I hear someone trash-talking Spirit? Deal me in. What do you say we all take this talk to the hot tubs? I can soak with this blood while I roast the ghost with some killer hot takes. Please, enough of talk of the burns. Those things are that are lit or getting blazed. It's enough that these activities have to be set next to a literal fire. Must I be surrounded by figurative flames as well? What if we all turned in and ran as far as we could from this place as we could, just you and me? On those spindly legs, you'd probably tire before you got too far. If it's running away to someplace more secluded Joe is after this, you'd obviously join me. Have you seen these legs? Pure power. Not that my walk speed really reflects my giant stature. That's because I choose to move slowly for stealthy reasons. They're really acknowledging that she's not a 110 speed killer. She's a slower killer. She doesn't run at normal speed. It's my own choice and it's completely illogical. Why is everyone so obsessed with comparing themselves to each other and creating drama? I'm so over all that. Don't you get it? Society wants to trick you into fighting with each other so that corporations can swoop in and sell you fake solutions to all your fabricated problems. I'll be sitting in the shade and drinking something locally sourced while thumbing through a public domain novella printed on recycled paper because I refuse to play their game anymore. It's like she's avidly trying to be as unappealing as possible. Does it really turn anyone else on or just me? Despite Trapper's insatiable appetite, it seems his attention, along with the attention of everyone else, is still on you for the moment. You could, I don't know, just pick one of us, maybe we could all move on with our lives, or, some special projects we might have going. You heard him. Who will it be? Will you head off too? For evening activity? Just saying, you might not get a ton of chances to date around like this before your time on Murder's Island comes to a close. And no, I'm not satisfied with that name either, but with this streaming reality TV dating show boom happening, it's pretty much all that wasn't taken. Which killer will you pick? And yes, we're back to excluding the trickster because, that guy. Spirit? Oh, you picked me. Yay. Sorry, that was rude of me. I despise phoniness, so I should be honest with you. Maybe we're interesting company. I love the idea of winning over these other killers at all costs, even when I hate the game and prize, but I had a long day. Bloating, subverting expectations, grinding my teeth as I imagine sweet revenge. It takes a lot out of me. So don't stop bringing your A game, alright? It might seem like I hate everything, and getting really to know who I am is an impossible task not worth trying, but too bad. You won't know unless you search deep inside of yourself and bring everything you've got. I just say the exact right thing at the right time and melt my cold heart in an instant. I don't know the rules here any better than you do. See you at the bar, I guess. Damn it. I should have left her alone for the night. You arrive at the bar to find Dwight and Claudette both holding cocktail shakers surrounded by a bevy of bottles for assorted booze. Who's ready to get wasted? As you know, I don't drink, so not me unless you mean wasted as in killed, in which case, Dad, if you're out there somewhere, I'll find you and waste you for what you've done to me. You really don't drink, ever? Is that like a because it will fall out of a hole in your stomach thing, or... I don't drink alcohol because alcohol is poison to the body and the mind. I don't need to act like a fool to have a good time thing. Why'd you choose a mixology lesson as your romantic nighttime activity? Everyone knows this kind of day is just an excuse to get loaded up on booze and make terrible decisions. It's true. Not a single person has ever learned anything at one of these things. Wait, now that's not true. You learned how to tie a cherry knot in a stem using only your tongue. Whoa, who ordered the soda with a splash of my private business? Because that's off the menu. Well, I know what I'm drinking to forget tonight. Mixology is a real thing, and it doesn't require alcohol to be interesting. I'll have you all know that I worked at a restaurant before I was violently executed by your father. You will have your bloody revengeance. Right. Well, so be it. How about you, Joe? Do you drink? I mean, I don't drink in real life. I don't like alcohol. I got the impression that tonight will be a night I want to remember perfectly, so I'm going to pass on the alcoholic drinks. Here. Alcohol is a false escape. Besides, it's not like sober people can't have fun. Facts, Spirit. Spit out the truth. It's facts. Watch Spirit picks up a plump cherry and roughly stabs a little plastic sword through it. Cherry juice splatters everywhere and its little fruity guts flop out on the Spirit's lap. Oopsie. One of the upsets of wearing black, it hardly shows the stains. No take backsies. Oh. The Lovebirds, what drink shall we make? A Bloody Mary, dark and stormy, a zombie, or a fancy beer? Definitely not beer. Are these real drinks? Yes. A dark and stormy is a highball cocktail made with dark rum and ginger beer served over ice and garnished with lime. Bloody Mary, of course, is tomato juice and Worcestershire and Tabasco. What's a zombie? A tiki cocktail made of fruit juices, liquors, and various rums. Appeared in 1934. I think that sounds good. I think we're going to go with the zombie. Zombie sounds pretty fun, right? That comes kind of sick joke. Oh, no, sorry. You didn't think I meant it, did I? I would never. It's not an undead insult. It's some kind of kooky retro cocktail. It has a bunch of ingredients and a signature look. I thought we could make one. The best part, they're served out of an empty skull. To Claudette's eyes go wide as she makes cut it out dummy hand symbols to Dwight. An empty skull-shaped glass, not a literal skull. We don't have any of those on hands to pour our drinks on. You guys killed Felix, bro. Yeah, we did. Yuck, am I right? Okay, so you got my attention. So what's in one of these? You do actually know, right? And you promise it's a good drink? It's definitely not a joke on my semi-undead state? Ah, yes, of course I know. Don't worry, we got plenty of ingredients at our disposal. Why don't you show us? You're gonna do it live? I'm gonna be so impressed by your mixology knowledge. You got this. Go non-alcoholics. We'll start with a substitute for the... It's rum, I think it said. Is this cheating? It's, yeah, various rums. So substitute for the rum. I got rum extract. It can be mixed with a little apple juice. And we'll toss in some... It's a lot of fruit juices. So, yeah, it's rum. It's lime juice, lemon juice, pineapple juice. Lime juice. Not too sour, not too sweet. A tropical vibe courtesy of some... I see passion fruit syrup. I don't see... What the hell's falernum? What is falernum? It's a syrup, liquor, or a non-alcoholic syrup made from the Caribbean for its use in tropical drinks. So I guess, yeah, we'll use falernum. More of a horchata gal, but falernum is one of the in the more traditional recipes. Matching sweetness of pineapple juice. Try to find a finer juice than a pineapple. And for the blood red tint, a splash of passion fruit syrup, right? I guess grenadine, because it's not going to be cough syrup. The recipe I picked isn't... Oh, no, it does have grenadine. I'm stupid. It does have grenadine at the bottom. I love grenadine. That's how you make Bloody Marys. Cousin the final ingredient, plus a few drops, some other random bottles for no reason beyond the fact that they look cool. Mix it all up in a shaker, just like in that movie you never saw because we can't mention another single intellectual property that we don't have a proper license for. I must say, it's delicious. I don't really care for these complicated drinks, but I appreciate all the energy you put into making it. Look at you! I didn't know you had it in you. It was nothing. Now, can I just get some ginger ale? Don't take it too personally. I plan on drinking the rest after you two leave. Before you get a chance to try your own creation, the sound of thunder from an approaching storm echoes from over the ocean. Lightning strikes a palm tree on the beach and immediately starts a fire. The activity ends abruptly as Claudette and Dwight usher the two of you away from the bar. Gangs all together again in the volleyball court. Seems like only yesterday we were sitting on the sidelines watching everyone get sweaty. Because it was. Boy, feels like I've been here a lot longer than it actually has. So late that the sun is already beginning to rise. Better get this over with quickly, so you can get some beauty rest. Now recommend the internal damnation of perpetual narratordom. Good thing you've really used your time well since then. Really getting to know the gang, the brain, the mogul, the basket case, the psychotic bunny girl. You know, the 4 types of people. Anyway, everyone gathered on the volleyball court for a new type of game. Pick your dream date, see who Joe chooses. Who's ready for a round robin? How round are we talking? No, not to eat, Huntress. Each killer gets 2 minutes to tell you about the dream date they have planned for you tomorrow. No particular order, which is a weird thing to mention, right? Almost like the order does matter. Trapper, why don't you go first? You think you deserve it? Even in this case, it's a subtle dig? Stop talking. Trapper, without further ado, would you like to make us all uncomfortable by pushing the boundaries of what's acceptable, not only in polite society, but within the narrative in this world event, and also the larger meta-narrative of a Dead by Daylight dating experience? Sometimes you just gotta say it. Why, yes, thank you, I'd love to. So, Joe, you're thinking of picking me. Well, this is your final warning. Pick me and be punished. And rewarded? Tomorrow will suck, probably. I'm not an easy guy to get along with, I know that. But I can tell you this much. I'm hiding a secret on this island that will make fans shit themselves with excitement. If you like Trapper, you're gonna love it. And if you're not, you're a maggot. Also, everyone, even confident, sexy ladies in rabbit masks, better stay the hell away from my yacht. Great! Huntress, why don't you take it from here? Tomorrow morning, I'm planning on a nice atmospheric breakfast on the yacht. Don't worry, Trapper won't even know it's gone. Wait, what was that? Nothing, go away! Then boy, oh boy, I've got such an adventure planned. It involves hunting for treasure. What kind of treasure are we looking for? Guess you'll have to pick me to find out. Let me tell you, it's primo stuff. And if you don't mind, I gotta start preparing because it's clear already that you're gonna pick me. Confident, mysterious, I like it. Sorry, anyway, Wraith? Well, I don't know. I'd really prefer to just tell Joe privately. I don't really know that's gonna work with these games mechanics. Maybe you just whispered it to Joe. Wraith considered this for a long moment. Too long. That's fine. Without moving, Wraith lowers his voice to a barely audible whisper. Tomorrow we have to find my bell, and then I can finally tell you about what I've been working on. That'd be really special. Kind of thing where we'll really bond. Maybe finally get off this island. Maybe we can go on a real date. You done? Is that it? Wraith nods, proud. Aww. Hit it, spirit. Figuratively. Damn it. Dwight, you gotta watch your words with these people. Tomorrow you'll spit in the face of God. Spit in the face of God, die, and be reborn anew. That's it? You're not intrigued by that, I don't want you. Go draw crayon art with a Trapper, dig up whatever mysteries with Wraith. I don't know what those guys do all day. Can they specify which god you'll be spitting in the face of? All of them. Okay then, so hydrate tonight if you intend to hang with Spirit. And time's up, everyone. Gosh, you'll need to dream about these options so you're ready to choose in the morning. Now, go dream about all these swoon-worthy options that you're ready to make a choice come dawn. Have a swell night. Did you two forget to mention something? Oh gosh, I was going to forget. Before you run off to slumber peacefully, there's one more thing to do. No reality survival dating competition parody would be complete without slinging one of our contestants who's already teetering on the edge of a psychological break, giving them a little push. Hold up, this has been a survival dating competition parody this entire time and I'm just finding out about it now? Come on, the signs were there, you just didn't read them. Welcome to Murderer's Island! It's now time to eliminate one of the killers. Oof, it's like butchering, but it hurts even worse. You can't kill a killer. Can you break their heart? Do you dare even try? You mean... That's right, tomorrow one of these sexy slicers will not be eligible to take you on a date. Who's it gonna be? But why? Because it's dramatic? Because it's surprising? Because it's a classic reversal of fate? And it will hurt someone's feelings. Someone dangerous. What's it gonna be, champ? What's your thought process here? Trapper seems like he might throttle you in your sleep if you eliminate him. That being said, at least you see him coming. Spirit could be anywhere. She floats. And I hear she can disappear. Hard to track. If you want to get rid of Wraith, he might cry. And although I totally support normalizing men crying and being vulnerable, it just seems like he might be an ugly crier. Huntress, she might pretend to be okay with it, but then you'll start seeing her behind every tree. What I'm trying to say is, I don't envy you, boss. Which sociopath are you eliminating? They're all nice except Trapper. So I'm gonna get rid of Trapper. This is very simple. Trapper, you scared the living shit out of me. You're eliminated. That's fair. Honestly, though, I don't care. You suck. But not in a good way. Not in a good way. You bore me, you personality-free maggot. It wouldn't even be fun to kill you. Which I was totally going to do tomorrow the first chance I got, so really this is a win-win for the both of us. Still might kill you, though, and a principle for eliminating me. Sleep with both eyes open. Have fun on your date tomorrow. Now that you've broken the hearts of someone heartless, you should go get some shut-eye. And don't worry too much about the broken heart you left behind, because of course they'll be receiving a consolation prize that might not get to go home with Joe when this is all over, because they'll never sleep alone again. That's right, we're sending our eliminated player home with... a trickster body pillow! Their own mostly new trickster body pillow? The next best thing to the real trickster. It might not hug you back, but it definitely won't try to stab you. How do we know? Because I've tried it. That's right. It's Dwight tested. Claudette approved. I hope you sleep well tonight, Joe. You're my hero for what you've accomplished. How can you sleep tonight knowing what you've done? Not because of the guilt. I mean, knowing that there's a legit homicidal maniac who hates you so close by. How can you sleep tonight knowing what you'll do tomorrow? I don't know how you'll do it, but you better go before Dwight and Claudette come back and put you to sleep themselves. You know those two. Schedule, schedule, schedule. Wow, what a crazy way to end the day. An elimination? I didn't even know it was that kind of game. Let's check in with everyone, especially with our loser. Everyone deserves a send-off. Let's see how things go tomorrow, I suppose. I'm not expecting anything. I tend to shut up my mind off during hard times. I know I seem all excited and devil may care, but the truth is I'm really a pessimist at heart. That tends to happen when your mother is skewed by an elk when you were young. Yeah, how'd you know? I'll guess. It's also the only thing you talk about. If you'll excuse me, I think I saw a raccoon over in that tree, and I'm feeling peckish. I don't really know what's happening here. Honestly, I haven't been paying attention. Oh, Joe? Sorry, I forgot. I'm focusing on other things. More important things. One way or another, I won't be here for much longer. I don't handle rejection well. At least I don't think I do. No one has ever been dumb enough to reject me before. Yeah, the more I think about it, the angrier I'm getting, and I'm a giant rage monster, so everyone in this room should be scared right now. Turn the camera off. Of course Joe is into me. Why wouldn't they be? I'm thoughtful, beautiful, surrounded by a calming mist. I've also got great hair. And since I'm technically dead, I'm extremely low maintenance. Look, I don't like to throw the term anime waifu around too often. God damn it! Oh man, why? If the body pillow fits, snuggle it, you know what I mean? What? No, you're not a part of this. You don't get a confessional. It's cool, man. I'm not a part of anything, you feel me? I'm not cogging anyone's machine. I'm in my own machine. This whole thing is pretty cute, though. Charmingly low budget, old school marketing vibes. I'm not gonna lie. Kinda wish I wasn't so busy right now. I'd definitely be down with a reality show style dating competition with survival elements. But I got my new album upcoming tour, finalizing the new sneaker line, producing a limited series on my life, starting a new social media NFT crypto app, and doing these private gigs over on IP Island. My dudes, you gotta come check it out. IP Island, it's dope. That's where the real killers are hanging out. Fully licensed, no legal drama, lawyers, take a hike. So IP Island has like Freddy, Bubba, Pinhead, Myers. That's so funny to me. That's so good. I would tell everyone that Trickster said that about them, don't worry. Attacking your favorite established characters from all over pop culture that can't be seen on this island. Oh, you probably can't even mention them. Like Ghostface. Don't you say it. Look, we get it. You're very popular and in demand. We have a game to get back to, and I don't want to get sued. Ghostface. What? Come on. Whatever. I don't even care. I'm the Trickster. See you around, Joe. You too, narrator. I have a name, you know. You do? Yes, seriously. They do not pay me enough to deal with you people. Is it my turn? What? No, no, it's not your turn. There's sentient water. How are you even sitting in that chair? What's a chair? It's a thing you're getting all wet. Now it's gonna smell like mildew. Okay, rude. Fine, let's get this over with. It's your turn, Ocean. Do your check-in. Check-in? I was just looking for the bathroom. Bathroom? Are you serious? It's down the hall to the left. Okay, never mind. Never mind? What does that mean? Hi. No, not you too. This wasn't meant to be a confessional time for literally every character in this game. It's okay, we don't have to confess anything. We've just been working our asses off for 2 days straight and wanted to sit down somewhere. This chair is wet! Yeah, I think the Ocean just peed on it. How is that how is that possible? You know, I don't care. You two are looking pretty pleased with yourselves. I got something to confess. Oh great, what's it gonna be? You ate glue in the 2nd grade, you cheated on an algebra test once. Watching Trevor get eliminated was the first time in this unending spiral staircase of pain that is in my life that I've felt even a modicum of joy. Every minute that I'm alive is a nightmare. This place, the sun, these sweet sugary drinks, it sounds fun for a long weekend, but for an eternity? The unrelenting rhythm of crashing waves and wailing seagulls, it's like a crescendoing song of evil that makes you question the very foundation of the universe. Why am I here? Why are any of us here? What kind of sentient being would do this? Please erase me from this existence. Make it so I was never born. Pull the plug on this experiment and let my soul be free. And please, please get me out of this polo shirt. Okay, let's get you to bed, buddy. I don't want to go to bed. Going to bed means eventually I'll have to wake up again. Yeah, I feel that one. Feel that one, Dwight. Yikes, huh? That's a weird way to end. Ah, well, what are you gonna do? You let the camera roll long enough, someone's bound to say something crazy. Anyway, seems like everyone's had their shot to annoy me tonight, so hit the hay and get some rest. Tomorrow's gonna be doozy. Only 4:30? Alright, we're chilling on time for now. Soft sunlight warms your skin, nudging you awake. Also, you're using a killer crab as a pillow, which is sort of okay. Which it's sort of okay with. What's that? You don't know about the killer crabs? Oh, right. They didn't go on that hunter's date. You didn't go on that hunter's date. You really missed out. It was thrilling. Or I guess it would have been. You had to play the game again to get that reference, I suppose. You pull out your beach attire and splash water onto your face. Dwight and Claudette approach. Is that look on their faces excitement? Terror? Notice your stomach flutters with butterflies. Someone's in love. Or you've been infected with zombie butterflies in your sleep. It's happened here before, but it's probably the love thing. It's time! Claude gestures over to the beach where the killers all stand flanked by tiki torches. It's a scene very reminiscent of a TV show you used to hate watch with your ex. Survivor? Suddenly the message is clear. You're going to declare your affections for a killer in front of several other killers. Hey, isn't Trickster supposed to be here? We paid him good money to make some half-ass cameos in this show. I'm going to chew his agent out. Before they walk over to you for a big moment, don't think we haven't noticed how kind you've been to us, Joe. It can't be easy being thrown into a mysterious island for seemingly no reason, surrounded by terrifying killers trying to manage your most primal impulses, murder and making out. And you've kept a cool head and treated us, your friendly island hosts, with dignity and respect, so don't tell anyone we told you this, bud. Claudette and Dwight look around conspiratorially. Just a little hint for you. Going forward, don't try to go all the way with a killer who isn't into you. Relationships are a two-way street, and if you don't have a green light in the other direction, you might end up in the friend zone. Friend zone? That doesn't sound so bad. Where do you think you are exactly? Dead by Daylight doesn't do friends. There are killers and there are survivors, and I'm afraid we can't say more. Okay, so who's into me? Claudette and Dwight look around conspiratorially again. Well, never seen Spirit open up to anyone like she's opened up to you. Never seen her open up the inside. I've seen her open up the insides of plenty of people. Thankfully for you and for us, that's in a different type of game. So are you ready? Of course you're not, but too bad. We're on schedule. I love this so much, actually. You make your way over to the row of hotties. Claudette and Dwight stand off to the side, hands behind their backs. It's been quite the 48 hours where there are clearly sparks in the air, and I'm not just talking about this rusty chainsaw, though I do recommend staying away from the sparks. Time for a newcomer to confess their love. Wait, I have to do a drum roll. No, you don't, but who cares? Joe, who do you choose for your solo date? Can we at least do the flower thing? Dwight, I thought we agreed to keep that between us. No, not that flower thing. The thing where the shooter gets a flower as a symbol of contestant's love and affection. Oh, like The Bachelor? Oh, right, I suppose, but no roses. They're such a cliche at this point. Yeah, it's the fucking Bachelor. Good, because I tried to pick a rose, but I got an ouchie, so I settled for these. Aww, they're so pretty. Beautiful. Doing good, Dwight. This is a lovely bouquet. Why'd Dwight save some of these for Claudette? They're a thing, right? Getting that vibe too? Just me? Sorry. You got things to think about right now. Joe, who do you select to receive these flowers and spend the day with you today? Of course, it's my girl! Red Spirit peering below the brim of her impressively large hat and into her haunting eyes. Spirit, since I met you, I've been enchanted by your presence. You've challenged me to be a better person and resisted the urge to show me the sharp end of your katana. For that, I thank you. I'm ready to take our relationship to the next level. And we shall, up to the eye of the dark storm that is our reality, to the lantern room of the Black Lighthouse. It's time to see what you're made of, Joe. Okay, here we go. I thought it might be nice to start the day out on Trapper's yacht before I had to head up to the Black Lighthouse. Even though I kind of hate this basic tropical vacation stuff like yachts and snorkeling and whatever, it's good for you to see me in the sun a little bit, at least. There's more to me than what you've already gotten to experience. I know that my whole vibe can be a little dark. The hat, swimsuit, the plume floating hair. This wasn't always who I was. I was a normal young woman once, went to school, hung out with friends, even had a part-time job working at a restaurant in town. Then, well, I know what happened. Your father, he murdered me and I woke as an undead Avenger. That's not what I was getting at. Something else happened to me. I realized I needed to be seen. I don't even know by whom. A lot of the time when you think about ghosts, there's these kind of see-through flickering specters. You imagine reaching out and having your hand go right through them. Ooh, like that sort of thing. Maybe there's some warpy effect on the world around you. I don't know. Depends on what movie you're watching. When I died, well, I dare you to try and reach your hand through me. No, really, that's not an invitation. It's not really. It's not an invitation. It's rhetorical. Why did I end up this way? Who brought me here to this island? Who knows? I'm sure I don't. I sure don't. I've got my ideas. But I'm not exactly out there digging around in caves and dusting off antiques and trying to find clues and analyze their meaning. I do want to take this experience seriously, though. I want to give the process a chance. Maybe a dumb process, one that I have extremely little respect for as a person. You just woke up on this beach with no memory of who you are or where you came from, and rather than freak out and simply try to swim away, you're giving this a chance. She didn't know that swimming away was an option. It's not. However, the fact that you've never even tried, I think that means you've got courage, or an open mind. Or I don't know, maybe you stuck around because you like someone you met here. Maybe. While the two of you are getting all deep and philosophically flirty, the yacht pulled up to the shore next to the Black Lighthouse. Last stop, everybody off! There were other stops? Oh no, not on this trip. Of your life. Spirit rolls her eyes and leaves for the shore. I'm just messing with you. This was the only stop. No one here is really looking out for our fun, so we have to make it for ourselves. But no, there are no other stops. Seriously, go. Race to the poop deck, Dwight! The ship doesn't even have a poop deck. Oh, it will. What? What does that mean? As you disembark, you see Dwight and Claudette run giggling across the ship. Too bad you can't date those two. They seem like they know how to have a good time. They're so cute. I love them in this game. I get why fans wanted this now. And all the references to the actual game is so good. You arrive at the beach near the majestic Black Lighthouse. Its imposing form towers above you. A flock. This makes me want to also go back to Monster Prom at some point. I didn't play much of the second one either. A flock of birds circles lazily, no sense of fear or urgency, as if circling a corpse that hasn't moved in ages. I'm excited about today, see? Sharon places her wrist delicately in your hand and presses your fingers down against your skin. It's cold to the touch, but you feel... Is that the faintest of pulses? My blood is absolutely pumping. So, what happens now? Now I show you something that no one has ever seen up close before. Well, no one who has lived to tell about it. We're going there. Spirit points at the top of the lighthouse among the circling birds. What's actually up there? Have you seen it? Hey y'all, how's everyone doing today? Hi Wraith. You sure seem chipper today. Something strange definitely going on with this guy. Well, something else strange. Something different than what's usually going on. It takes a deep breath, sucking in the ocean air like it's the greatest air that's ever been sucked. Joe, thank you. Thank you for choosing anyone else to go on a date with today. Alone again forever. This is how I was meant to be. I feel alive. You done? We're kind of, on that date you just mentioned. I'm glad you're feeling better, Wraith, but like she just said, we're in the middle of something. You mind? Oh, right. So what you doing? Heading up to the eye of the lighthouse? I love it up there. You can really see the whole island from there. Spirit, I thought you said no one else had been up there and lived to tell about it. This sounds exactly like telling about it. Technically, I don't think Wraith counts as being alive. I mean, I don't maintain the canon, but Spirit waves her arm at Wraith from head to toe. If he's not dead, he's gonna be when I punish him for interrupting our date. Hey now, we can solve our problems without her hair floating up to menacing shapes. Let's be over here, running away. Enjoy the view. I think Wraith was kidding about the whole being up there. Honestly, the view isn't even of the island. What you can see is mostly ocean on account of it being, a lighthouse. However, that does bring up an interesting point. Regarding your, her hands float up as she scratches her head contemplatively. You don't usually see her at a loss for words like this. What's your mortal status? Because despite what our lanky friend seems to think, the lighthouse is not to be trifled with. It's a beacon of death and suffering that brings doom from all of the corners of the world, if not further. Well, duh, you saw a frickin' pirate ship seemingly travel through space and time only to crumble at the rocks beneath the spooky tower, but you decided not to point it out because that would be too romantic, and it wouldn't. It wouldn't be too romantic, and it would. I think I'm alive. I'm here with you, walking this beach, feeling the water on my feet, feeling the sun on my skin. Here with me, the spirit. Does that really make you alive? I guess I don't know. Come with me up to the eye of the Black Lighthouse. You may never return. Is that a risk you're willing to take? Because we have something. I won't deny it. I'd feel it. I'd hate for you to simply turn to ash. We're to commit right here and now to figuring this out as friends. We put that risk off for another time. Just be friends? Ouch. Is this her way of letting you down easy? I don't know if I want that friendship. I want you. That's why I chose you. I can't decide this for you. I can only warn you that it may not be safe. You might die up there and there's nothing I can do about it. Go up, maybe die. Take a deep breath. Think about every particle of sea air as it travels through your body and fills your lungs. It may be the last time you have such a thought. You feel strangely at peace with that information. I don't need another friend. I want something more, and I'd risk my life for it. Spirit smiles a quirky, devilish smile. Right this way. Yes! I'm getting the anime waifu, baby. Inside the lighthouse is almost pitch black. It was seemingly day when you stepped through the door, but inside this place is like a void. The last thing you see as the final rays of the sun leave you is a horrible sight. A petrified body laying on the stairs, reaching not up, but down, as if it had been crawling. Watch your step! Things we do for love. It's nighttime now, what the hell? That does look like the Watcher's, thing. But the Observer's, it looks like his, gyroscoping eyeball a little bit. When you arrive in the lantern room at the top of the black lighthouse, you breathe a sigh of relief. The light is out and seemingly defunct. Dust cakes the room as though it hadn't been operated in a century. However, somehow, just the morning a moment ago, but now it's night? What do you mean a moment ago? We've been standing here looking out over the ocean all day. Really enjoyed the peaceful time together with you, taking in the view, standing in complete silence for hours. It was kind of my perfect date. Really? I don't remember. I just called it the perfect date and you can't be bothered to remember it. What kind of game are you playing with me? I want to remember, so for some reason my mind is completely blank, but hey, I'm not dead. Or you're already dead and have been this whole time. That's true. Maybe we'll never know. It doesn't look like the light is working. Even turned off, the light has a power to it. A massive lens refracts moonlight through itself, a subtle sparkle that has a hypnotic effect. Maybe that's where the day went, staring into the light as the sun fell and the moon rose. Thanks for spending the day with me. I had a really good time. That's it? Don't get me wrong, this is really cool and all, I guess I don't know what I expected. I suppose if you thought you were walking into your death and nothing happened, it might feel a bit anticlimactic. Sorry anyhow, it's time to go. Here, let me just flip on the light for the staircase so it's easier to get down. The stairs still look pretty dark. Maybe it throws it out to a strange hum, and then it becomes frighteningly clear to you. That switch wasn't for the stairs. It was for the main lantern. A lantern that's now beginning to power up. The faintest smell of burning begins to reach up to your nose. Oopsie, looks like maybe that switch wasn't for the stair lights at all. Now we'll see who really is alive and who really is really dead. I suppose it was bound to happen sooner or later. You slam your eyes closed, hoping that somehow not looking at the light itself will protect you. Not sure I can see the logic in that, but if it is magic, it kind of defies logic. I want to see it. Well, I'm a little scared. Don't look directly into the light. Open your eyes and look only at me. I'll keep you safe. Oh, God! Ah! Perfect! Ah! Not bad. Yeah. Good. Perfect. Let's go! Ah! Let's go! Are you okay? You seem okay. I hope I haven't ruined this by pushing you to do something you weren't meant to do. You're so brave. Maybe not so coordinated, but certainly brave. It's so lucky you'd put yourself through this for me. It shows that you're real. By your attempts to resist it, the incredible force of energy from the Black Lighthouse Lantern Eye refuses to subside. No, it cannot be ignored, and it doesn't matter if you look directly at it or not. In the end, that was just a trivial game. This is real life and real magic. You stare at it now, and its power penetrates your mind. Uh-oh. Hey, been a while. How are things? Doing good? Feeling more dead or more alive? Yeah, love will do that to a person. Don't worry, it'll make sense soon. You wake to your spirit's muffled voice. You have a terrible taste in your mouth, like burnt hair. The air feels damp and smells like ash. It takes some time for the sound to clear, but eventually Spirit's words start to make sense to you. However, it's clear she's talking to someone else, not you. But sometimes people say it's not you, it's me. Well, this time it is you, and it's also me. I can't believe I thought you would change for me. I can't believe I thought what you were doing was a sacrifice. You never gave anything up for me. Well, today I saw what love looks like, and it looks like a whole lot different than this. I don't think you're hearing me, which is weird, because I'm practically shouting. Nobody breaks up with Trapper. Nobody! Oh yeah? Fine. Nobody breaks up with Trapper, but I'm not doing that. I'm dumping. Don't you say it. I'm dumping Evan McMillan, and there's nothing you or he can do about it. It's over between us, Evan. They're using their real names now. Rin, I. Trapper turns from Spirit and looks directly at you. You realize you're laying on the ground of some weird tunnel. I think that your shouting woke Joe up. Like shouting? I'm sorry, I think I interrupted something very personal and also quite scary. Sorry, I wasn't trying to listen in, but I heard a lot. Probably not everything. I think I woke up in the middle. What did you hear? Is you dumping Trapper? What? We were never together. I mean, we were together. Wink, wink, wink. I know you're wearing a mask, but we can see your eyes. You don't need to say wink, wink, wink out loud. Another reason I'm right to have dumped you. He did not. It was mutual. The dig is, as they say, up. They know you're awake now, and they're gonna have to deal with this awkward situation head on. Clearly, I shouldn't be here. You two are having a very personal conversation that I don't need to be involved in. I don't even know how I got here. Not here on this island or here in this creepy tunnel. As far as this island goes, your guess is as good as mine. As far as this tunnel goes, we brought you here. Me? You and Trapper? But after the lighthouse light came on, you blacked out. On your way down, I thought you might have hit your head or something. It's hard to tell what blood is new or old around here. Either way, I wanted to get you someplace safe, so I asked Trapper for help. Not that I can't carry you, I just didn't feel like it, you know? Hate anything messing with my shards. Trapper, on the other hand, he loves nothing more than having an unconscious body draped over his shoulder. I'd ask Claudette or Dwight for help, but I don't trust them. But you trust Trapper? I like to trust are two different things. You might think Trapper can be a real jerk, and you'd be right, but you get what you see with him. We brought you down here because we're the only ones who know about this place. It's part of an old tunnel network that connects different places on the island. What's up, guys? Talking island mysteries is my favorite topic. I was just in the neighborhood, so I thought I'd pop in. Trapper, you said this place is private. Don't look at me. I didn't tell him about it. Half the appeal of the spot is getting away from people like him. Oh, geez. I can see when I'm not wanted. So you three a throuple now, or... Because I gotta say, I really didn't get a whole Trapper spirit thing, but hey, it's not my business. I don't stick my nose in it. We were not a thing. Nobody traps the Trapper. Not with traps or with relationships. You do realize you're sticking your nose in our business right now, right? Wow, so hostile. But I don't want to talk about it. If you don't want to talk about it, just say so. Anyhow, this tunnel has some very interesting features. If you head 50 meters down that way, you'll find... Get out! Wade looks around just to be doubly sure that Trapper is addressing him. I was just leaving. This island, it's a lonely place, which is great for me. I love to be alone. Trapper, on the other hand, he's quite needy. And after a lot of pursuit, I finally let him catch up to me, and it became, well, I don't want to call it a relationship because somebody really didn't want to have that talk, but we were more than friends. I dispute the events as told for the record. I don't pursue, I stalk, and I lie in the wait. Seeing eye to eye was not one of those things we were good at. So I hate to ask, but did I just look into a refrigerator-sized death lamp? So I guess I'm more of a glutton for punishment than I thought. What were you good at? Well, for starters... Excuse me, I'll take that question, thank you very much. You know anything about me by now, it's that I'm on a quest for revenge, everyone. Exactly. What you might not know, Trapper is like a great classical maestro of revenge. Trapper blushes behind the mask. That's one way to compliment a killer. Revenge against friends who had turned their backs and betrayed him. Revenge on his father for making him into a monster. Revenge against the barista who wrote Ewan on his cappuccino, knowing his name was actually Evan. Someone who thinks about revenge as much as I do, Trapper is an inspiration. But they say to never date your heroes. Good advice, but I don't think that's the saying. It's never meet your hero. Then you came along, Joe. You showed me that it's okay to be lost and feel pathetic and to push on when you have nothing real to offer anymore. I'm not sure where you got all that from, but okay. You held up a mirror to my own doubts and fears and showed me that they aren't everything about me. That I can embrace those things but not be defined by them. Show me that life after death can be more than just an obsession, with revenge and mind-blowing sex on the ground in a dark cave or a dusty tunnel. Trapper nudges you in the ribs with his elbow. Gross, clearly appealing to Trapper's better features. That has been a winning strategy for dumping his ass because he seems to be taking it quite well. This whole half-assed dating show parody thing, at first I obviously thought it was a lame idea. What kind of moron thought there was an audience for this? But then we spent some time together and I realized there's something actually real here. And I don't want to give up on it. I don't want to give up on us. Listen, Joe, while you were knocked unconscious by some minor head trauma like a total weakling, Spirit confided in me that she has real feelings for you. I took it extremely well, naturally, because I trust her and value her opinions. Doesn't mean I trust you. When I get to her, you have to get through me first. By passing Trapper's Test, coming to Behavior TV, Sundays at 8 p.m. Welcome to Trapper's Test. Answer my questions correctly or die by my blade. Question 1. What is Spirit's real name? The one given to her by her murderous father, which she only lets real friends call her. It's Rin Yamaoka. Okay, you got that one. Don't celebrate yet. Question 2. What lives inside Spirit? A dragon. Sure, everyone knows that. They won't be all this easy. Question 3. Where did Spirit work back when she was a normal college girl before she was hell-bent on revenge? It was a restaurant. I know, to think I would date a waitress. Don't tell my father I ever mingled with help like that. Oh my god, he'd be so disappointed in me. Question 4. What's Spirit's favorite color? Black. This question is largely superficial, sure. Maybe I didn't get to know Spirit that well. Maybe that's why she dumped... Maybe that's why it didn't work out for us. Who knows? Question 5. The final question. You got the show. According to Spirit, what's the worst than being dead? It's not being seen for who you are? No, isn't it having unfinished business? She said like it's worth her. What happened to her was worse than death. Ah! Yeah, try again. Fuck. Okay. Alright, let's try again. Okay, Yamaoka. Dragon. Restaurant. Black. Okay, it's not being seen for who you are. There we go. I pitched that protest to the Suits at Behavior TV. They told me there was no room in the budget for a new car to be given as a vital prize for winning. So I killed them all right there on the spot. While killing them didn't solve any of the budget problems, it sure did feel good. I'm telling you this to A, to brag, and to B, explain why the only thing you're going to win is me saying congratulations for passing Trapper's test. So did Matthew Cote get fucking axed by the Trapper, bro? Not that it was some huge challenge. I mean, the woman is obsessed with a giant light that shines in the dark, has a chip on her shoulder about being seen. Go figure. You probably guessed, but the rules are rules, even if I literally just made them up. You got it right. So I guess I approve of you dating Spirit or whatever. I never really cared in the first place. I was just hoping you'd slip up and give me a good excuse to wet my blade with your blood. Maybe I'll find a reason tomorrow. For now, you two have fun. Wink, wink, wink. Trapper out. I'm sorry you had to endure that. What, 5 music questions? It was 9. Not even that. As ridiculous and unnecessary as it was, the whole thing. Waking up in some random tunnel, overhearing our argument, the news that Trapper and I had something going on, and the stupid quiz, all of it. Doesn't the whole Trapper out catchphrase? It's only because I actually like you. None of it would have happened if I didn't. And I like you too, Spirit. Please, call me Rin. Rin. I didn't really feel like our lighthouse experience is completed. There was something else I wanted to show you. I lit up in that lantern room at the tower. Get your mind out of the gutter, Joe. It's not that kind of game. What's that? Hold on a moment. I'm being told, no, wait, it is that kind of game. Disregard the gutter comment. Am I gonna have to... No place I'd rather be. Am I gonna have to... You return to the lantern with this lighthouse, despite all the drama and worry that was previously part of a place for you. 1 second. Just, I'm worried. More importantly, you're excited to be there with Spirit. Just makes it all the more crushing. When you're interrupted by the arrival of Claudette and Dwight. Claudette, Dwight, funny seeing you here. Wait, did I say funny? I meant tragic. Tragic? I don't think so. What can be tragic about family reunion? Those are always joyous occasions in my experience. Well, let me explain what that's even supposed to mean. The lighthouse begins to howl a low, frightening sound. The lens begins to glow in a familiar way. You prepare to shield your eyes in case something bad happens to you again. Now isn't the time for any reality show adjacent shenanigans. Dwight, Claudette, shield your eyes. We don't know what the lighthouse will... Now, please don't interrupt. You think after all this time, you know we got your best interest in mind. Wait, what? No, of course I don't think that. I got wax in your ears, friend. I asked you not to interrupt. Too late. Yeah, I know. I was gonna say no shot, right? No shot. It's actually like that. There was no NSFW option, and it has a Twitch thing. I'm worried though. 2 ghoulish figures, but before you can focus on them, the light passes. The 2 survivors are returned to their normal states. It's breezy up here. I should have packed a sweater. What in the hairy hell? Hey, watch your language. You shouldn't speak that way. Fuck! It's Oni, dude! Around your elders. Grandpa? My little Rin! You're such a woman now! They grow up so fast! What? Joe, meet Grandpa Kazan Yamaoka. Well, technically not just Grandpa. Technically he's my great-great-great-great-great-grandpa, but that's a lot of greats to say in a row. I haven't seen my little Rin since I watched over her from the afterlife when she was just a little girl. I expect you all to say the great. I expect you all to say the greats. It's a matter of honor and respect, except Rin. She can do whatever she wants, my precious little angel. But you! Oni stares at you with his demonic red eyes. You're pretty sure even the decorative third eye on his mask is looking at you. It's ancient tactics. You mongrel. You must treat me with respect, or so help me, I'll be cleaning bits of your head off my kanabo. Kanabo is a metal baseball bat covered in spikes, FYI. Yeah, blood fury, baby. I'm not sure what a peasant like you is doing so close to the descendant of a noble Yamaoka bloodline in the first place. Dirk, Claudine, explain what's going on to me. It's Dwight, sir, and Claudette. Remember we explained to you that you were going to come meet with your great-great-great-great-great-granddaughter's suitor to give or withhold your approval. 5 greats! Great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, sir. Your honor, master, sir. Dwight, he's a samurai, not a judge. Grandpa, they must have summoned you here because they think you have great judgment, and because if they summoned my father, I'd be too distracted by torturing him for all of eternity to continue with the rest of, whatever this is, show, game, experience. Oh yes, that makes sense. Only a man of my own power and magnitude can help. Self-important much? Nice to meet you, Kazan. Only my friends and family call me Kazan. Those who tremble in fear at my presence call me Oni. You're seeing a serious resemblance to Trapper, not only the sheer size of the man that is Oni, but also his attitude. Apparently Spirit has a type. You're sure you can, or want to, measure up to that? It dawns on you that, wait a second, maybe you do resemble Oni. Every time you try to look at your own reflection, however, you become dizzy and confused. It only deserves more thought. Now's not the time to consider the fact that you might be some kind of hulking vampire with the first ever case of self-blindness. There's a massive samurai mad-dogging you from 2 steps away. Joe! Well, you don't scare me at all, so I'll stick with Kazan. Peasant! I now realize the true purpose of my visit to extinguish your light. Oni waves the katana in the air at you menacingly, like great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, like great-great-great-great-great-granddaughter, apparently. Hold up there, Grandpops, not so fast. You're only supposed to kill them if they deserve it. First, you should get to know them a little better. Young people these days, always wanting to kill people, insisting they must deserve it. Always waiting to kill people, insisting they must deserve it. Back in my day, you did what needed to be done because your nobility depended on it. In his day, for such an imposing presence, he sure is giving off serious old man yells at the cloud vibes. You see, when I was a young man, we didn't have foreigners in our lands. Didn't need them. We had an abundance of culture already. A little too much, if you ask me, but I didn't make the rules, and the rulers did exactly how it should be. Literature, art, commerce, theater, fashion, poetry, puppet shows, ghost stories, courtesans, gambling, fighting, fine dining, fast food, public executions. What were we talking about? Spirit Giggles had a great... Okay, I'm not saying all those every time. At Oni's forgetfulness. You wonder, does she even like this guy? She sure hates her father, so... Listen up, old man. We don't have time for you to list every activity available to a samurai in the entirety of the Edo period. Silence, peasant! You're showing your ignorance. Samurai were forbade for many activities that didn't benefit the Bushido code, such as attending certain theatrical performances, for instance. Sometimes, however, a samurai would put on a disguise in order to seek out entertainment. Now, I'm not saying I did that, because I had honor, and a body built like an entire castle that is quite hard to hide. But clearly you have neither my honor nor my physique. You don't even know the ins and outs of shifting rules of traditional Japanese samurai etiquette, you fool. Rin, what would you want with such an uneducated admirer as this? I find it hard to believe that any contemporary person knows all that much about who was and wasn't allowed to do what leisure activities over 100 years ago. However, you're not really sure how to handle this massive demonic old man. Oh, wait, I get it. Sweet Rin, my beautiful descendant. You invited me here to do what you're too kind to do. Bash this jerk's head in! Claude, Doris, fetch my kanabo! Rin, wrap your robe around this mongrel's hand and hold him still. We'll splatter his brains on the beach, together as a family. Grandpa, no, that's not why I invited you here at all. In fact, I didn't invite you. Claudette and Dwight did. Aha, yes, sure. Wink, wink, wink. The whole saying wink out loud thing is getting out of hand. Him and Trapper really do have a lot in common, don't they? I swear, Joe has a good soul and the heart of a warrior. They fall for my love and in their own way, face down death more than once and put up with their fair share of nonsense. Nonsense which seems to be endless. Can we, I don't know, wrap this up already? Of course, of course. Who might expect anyone to wait around for my approval? I've only been hanging out as a ghost and watching my bloodline be polluted by cowards and quitters for 5 generations. Just come give your ancestor-in-law a hug. Sword drawn, Oni beckons you closer. There's no way he has ever hugged anyone his entire life. I'm good over here, actually. Rin, now! Push them my way and I'll split them in half. The sacrifice of this usurper to the Yamaoka bloodline will surely bring us back to life and set us back on the course of honor. You're so silly, Grandpa. We both know that only one sacrifice can get our family back on track. Revenge on my father! Your great-great-great-great-grandson! Traitor to the Yamaoka name! A lust for violence in your voice. It fills me with cheer. I'll never forget who I am. I suppose if this is one person you want to be with, to go on your journey of bloody revenge with, I should trust your judgment. The strength inside of you blooms for the same cherry tree that was planted centuries ago by our shared ancestors. And if Joe ever treats me poorly, you have my word, on our family's honor, I will wield my katana and cut them like a fish. A tear rolls down from behind Oni's demonic mask. You sure you want to marry into this? And one last word of advice, my dear girl. The father stuff, don't forget it, but maybe stop focusing so specifically and obsessively on it. What he did, it was awful, but it was already done. Do something for yourself now. That's my 2 cents. Be well, Rin. I will see you again soon. Then let's go, servants! Clint, Denise, return me to the stables. I assume my dragon has been fed and tended to. Yes? Sure. I swear this is still better than dealing with Trapper's dad. I'm sorry if I was disrespectful of your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. He seemed like a very special man. I realize I'll never measure up to someone like that. A warrior with a hell of a fashion sense. I mean, that mask? Don't worry. I would never expect you to. Or want you to, really. All I wanted was the biggest brute alive. I'd be down in Trapper's Cave right now, avoiding his vintage bear traps. That's not the life I imagined for myself. This sense of abstract duty, anger at a world changing around me, a lust for blood, there's no way to live. That's no way to live. And yet, as you now know, that is the Yamaoka way of life. Forever I'm cursed to battle against the dragon that lives inside me, or at least maybe I was until now. Call me the dragon tamer, baby. Wait, call me the dragon tamer, baby. Oh my god, I'm definitely gonna I should replay this game on stream as Duke Nukem. New idea. You haven't won this game yet. You haven't won this game yet. Please don't ruin it. Sorry, I have no idea where that came from. I think we've spent enough time in this lantern room. We should get back to the beach. The moonlight sets a romantic mood as the storm cloud roll in and surround the black lighthouse. You know, the sun might have set, but if we wait long enough, it'll rise again. Whoa. Spirit removes her sheer robe, showing you her strappy black bikini. Her pale skin glows under the light of the moon. That sounds painful for you. Would you enjoy it? Because I'll only do it if someone else enjoys it. Please don't go further than this for terms and service sake. Maybe you help me get a head start on applying tomorrow's sunscreen. Again? I mean, yeah, of course, last time was well. I really felt more connected to you afterwards. To be totally real with you, I kind of just asked you as a goof, but I really enjoyed it. I swear though, if you tell anyone about this, I will not be labeled as a foot freak. Not that there is anything wrong with feet, it's just something about that kind of attention really gets people talking. Yeah, it does. Steady, steady. Oh, shit. Almost. Oh, God. I'm kind of scared. I'm just gonna, real quick. I'm kind of worried. There we go. Yes. Came back to a great area. I'm just in case. I don't think it's that type of game, but I'm a little nervous. Just notice that she's saying almost and then saying yes when I get it perfectly. Her bare feet were on screen. God, that was so goddamn hot. I love feeling your hands sliding up and down my feet and between my toes. My skin has never been more moist. Get up here right now. Before you can find a towel to wipe off your lotion hand, Spirit grabs you and pulls you in close. Her lips lock onto yours. They're surprisingly soft and warm. The sensation is incredible. Clouds cover the moon and you find yourself on the beach with Spirit in complete darkness. You feel the narrow straps of her bathing suit come undone and come to life, snaking through the air, wrapping around your body, lifting you up off your feet. Come here, you. So this is what it feels like to fly. Spirit pulls you close. You feel bits of glass press into your flesh. Pain and pleasure mix and wash over you like ocean salty air stinging your skin as you writhe against your undead lover. The pain and pleasure mix thing is like Pinhead just heard that from the IP island and was like, did someone say pain and pleasure? The lighthouse howls. In the darkness, you're pretty sure that Spirit lets the dragon inside of her take over. If it kills you, you're sure it'll have all been worth it. Cloud's party just managed to pull yourself exhausted away from Spirit. I got a bloody piece of glass. A chunk of broken glass is lodged in your shoulder. When you plug it from your skin, it drips blood. Sorry, I think this got stuck in me when I was having the best night of my life. Spirit drags your fingertips over the sharp edge of the glass. Keep it. Consider it a memento. I've got plenty more where that came from. So is that the end of the game? Did I get the end of a run? You arrive at the beach to find Claudette and Dwight waiting for you. Now is the time, Joe, to face your destiny. Actually, about that, Joe, can we talk privately? Maybe I'm not here. Maybe someplace else would be better for this talk. You know how I feel about schedule, Spirit. Pretty strongly. You know how I feel about you telling me what to do. Don't do it. Like I said, I'd rather have this talk with Joe privately. It's not right to do it here in front of everyone. You know, from my experience in upper management at my father's mine, I learned that if you're gonna fire someone, it's best to do it in public so they don't freak out. Please, enough of the fire talk. Wait, you think? No, she couldn't be. They seem so in love. Well, I mean, not really. Spirit is still Spirit. But I try to imagine Spirit in love. I suppose she hasn't attempted to murder Joe yet. So, okay, fine. Your guess is as good as mine, really. That girl's very hard to read. Word of advice, though. If you're gonna end it quickly. In my experience, the more pathetic the creature, the more annoying the final howls are. Don't need any advice. Everyone out, except for Joe. Someone say final howls? That's kind of my whole jam. I could stay, right? Fucking trickster, get out of here, dude. Especially you. Out! Lame. Alone with Spirit, you feel something awful hanging in the air. More awful than even the lingering smell of that Cleaver body spray. Oh, that gag. I'm gagging. We're all gagging for Cleaver body spray. That's pretty funny. Spirit, Rin, I don't know what you plan on saying. Before you say anything, just know I really, really enjoyed my time with you. Getting to know you over the past few days helped me get to know myself, and for that I just want to say thank you. That's sweet. You're welcome, and you know what? It's the kind of thing that shows me you've got a good heart inside you. Too good for me to carve out and toss in the ocean, but also too good for me to love. I need someone who shares my interests, someone I can connect with, someone jaded and dispassionate, only driven forward by a desire for revenge. I need someone who isn't so warm that I feel cold in comparison. I need someone who isn't you. Can we just be friends? I don't know if... Before you finish, just know that if we're not friends, we'll probably become enemies, and I will destroy you. Friends it is! I'm glad to have you here for me when I need you, but also not too close to me when I don't. So yeah, I'll see you around. Spirit starts to leave. Wait, what? That's it? That's how this ends? You're just leaving me here? I'm not sure I'd use the word ends, and for that matter, I wouldn't say that I'm leaving, but us, we're definitely through. The fact that you can't see that well just proves that we were never really belonged together anyhow. Good night, Joe. What the hell? I just spent all this time on this island doing everything I can to get to know you, only to be told that I should just leave the chocolate factory through the side door? I don't know what that means. Anyway, I said good night, Joe. I'll see you around. Jeez, I'm sorry. What a bummer. Yeah, why'd she keep saying she'll see me around? Gosh, I have no idea. I got a bad ending! And so my precious killers lived happily ever after, as they should, learning to love themselves first and foremost, whilst trapped in a never-ending cycle of torture of my design. Wait, did I just spoil my true identity? You made it this far. You should probably know that you have to play again to find out more. Goodbye, Joe. See you again later, and again, and again, and again. Forever! Did I get the bad ending? Did I get a bad ending? Let me look at my achievements. Friends forever. You didn't find love, but you found friendship that'll last forever and ever and ever. I got one for morose match for Spirit, and then one down. Finish the full game. Finish the full game once through. Did you? I dare you to try it again. What? There's so many achievements in this game, too. I only have 9 out of 36. No! What the fuck? We had sex and then she left. No, she dumped me, man. No. This is the worst. No. I was probably those couple I got wrong. I think I was going after her too much. Eternal friendship is a W, to be honest. I'm sad. Come on. No way. That was 2.5 hours to get through one playthrough of the game. I can skip the credits, okay. Oh, man.